been seeing at least 2 or 3 of them wash up every evening.
Scientists call it a microscopic menace, toxic algae blooms poisoning the California coast.
Toxins build up in their system and can lead to all sorts of issues.
Along the southern California coast, officials estimate more than 1,000 calls for sea lions and dolphins, either dead or showing signs of sickness.
It affects the brains and the heart, can lead to seizures, can lead to disorientation, aggression, as well as miscarriages and death.
Biologists say it's likely a toxic algae bloom called pseudonychia, which can be eaten by small sea creatures, then turned into a neurotoxin when consumed by larger marine life. The Marine Mammal Care Center says...
What is up, motherfuckers and party people?
And behind me, another dolphin washed up.
How's everybody doing today?
Now taking measurements, collecting samples, and waiting for test results to find out if it really is this algae. And if it is, it's more than just wildlife at risk.
The California Department of Health warning against eating sport-harvested mussels.
How's everybody doing? Y'all ready for some racing?
I've never
I
seen
sure
anything
am.
like this. To my recollection, this is the largest pulse of animals that we've had, at least in the marine mammal response side.
Scientists scrambling for answers with wildlife.
Hello, good evening, Samuel Wilson. What is up, Matt? How you doing?
Steve Patterson, NBC News.
We're back in a moment.
We're back after the off week. It's been a while since I've seen y'all.
Plus, malls are getting creative to stay alive, like turning a Burlington coat factory into a pickleball court.
When you know what you're looking for, you pursue it. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is no exception. It's time you had a proven choice.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they don't have any pre-race coverage. So they're showing NBC Nightly News right now, but right at 7, we'll switch over to the coverage from Lebanon, Tennessee.
It's possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C, serious lung infections, skin cancer,
So,
blood clots.
yeah, I mean, the green flag was supposed to be at like 7:20, but they have moved it now to 7:05. So,
the most common side effects were acne and itching.
If you're on the pursuit,
because there is some threat of rain later in the race. Yeah, green flag was 7:22. They moved it up by like 17 minutes, 18 minutes.
Safety Days event. Get up to 30% off your system featuring Google Nest products. Get ADT self-setup with no long-term contracts and free shipping. Or let our security experts install your system for convenience and peace of mind. Call or shop online today to save up to 30%.
What's this?
Nascar pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. Real meat, real veggies.
It's dog food.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions?
Chase Elliott just met Livy Dune at the track. That's pretty funny.
Plentiful and environmentally friendly. There is. And it's propane. Get the facts at propane.com/.
All right, they're doing pre-race ceremonies right now.
This week on Today, it's an all-star lineup. Jack Bryant's John Krasinski and the cast of The Summer I Turned Pretty live in studio. Best-selling author Colleen Hoover and Carol G kicks off your weekend. All this week on Today.
We are back with new concerns about a possible toxic spill in the Yellowstone River after a train derailed and a bridge collapsed in Montana. Take a look. This train fell into the river Saturday, and while nobody was reported to be hurt, the company that operates it says certain cars carrying molten sulfur and asphalt have been compromised.
Hi, Sheena.
It's still not clear how much
It's okay.
hazardous material
It's
ended
just
up in
fog.
the water. With more big stores closing their doors or shutting down altogether, it's been a crisis for malls around the country. But some of them are getting big makeovers to stay open, meaning the malls of today look a lot different than the malls we grew up with. Brian Chung has a closer look.
It's a wild thought. Come to the Westfield Mall in Annapolis looking for shoes, and you might leave with a new feline friend or two.
They're bonded, so you need to take both of them.
It's a deal. It's a package deal.
That's right.
Kelly Brown helped open not a pet store, but an animal shelter at the mall during the pandemic.
Since then, Paws of the Mall has found forever homes for some 1,600 rescue animals.
When you walk by, there might just be that one special animal that catches your eye. Hi, guinea pig.
The stores love it too. The shelter says foot traffic on this side of the mall has jumped 10% since they moved in. They're paying rents and filling empty space.
The animal shelter here at the mall is what used to be a clothing brand Quicksilver location, and it's right across from what's now a library. It used to be a clothing brand store, Charlotte Russe, and an American Eagle.
It's not a bookstore, but a public library. There's books for all ages, toys and play spaces for the kids too.
A lot of stores are closing, so I think having Anne Arundel County Public Library come in here has really revitalized this mall specifically.
Branch manager Rachel Myers says it goes both ways.
They're coming to the mall for so many other things, and they're becoming library users all the time, and that's really what we want, is creating more library customers.
Nationwide, about a tenth of mall space is currently empty, so they're turning to unconventional solutions. The future could look like Main Street, but inside, says expert Alexandra Lang.
You're going to see a lot more entertainment businesses. I think movie theaters, VR theaters.
Oh yeah, just Sunday night NASCAR race night in America. Hell yeah, boys. Wee-haw!
It's happening already. In New Jersey, a Burlington coat factory is now a pickleball court. And in Idaho, the old Sears department store is now a charter school. The auto shop turned into a basketball court. All of it seamlessly embedded inside the Grand Teton Mall.
I think really the way to think about the mall of the future is what things make people leave their houses.
Brown says she's fielding calls from other shelters around the country. They want to try the mall too.
It's a win for the mall, it's a win for us, and especially for the animals.
An adorable solution that anyone could get behind. Brian Chung, NBC News, Annapolis.
When we come back, there's good news tonight about why a couple of doctors walked this bride down the aisle and the love story that almost didn't happen.
Avoiding triggers but can't keep migraines away? Qulipta can help prevent migraines. You can't always prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta gets right to work. In a 3-month study, Qulipta significantly reduced monthly migraine days, and the majority of people reduced them by 50 to 100%. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraines. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Qulipta.
Doors lead us to places we've never been. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. They can help you create a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income, and provide access to specialists.
Hi, Sheena.
To look out for future generations, so you're not just growing and protecting your wealth.
Sheena,
what are you doing? Those doors were meant to be opened.
My husband and I have never been more active.
Shingles doesn't care.
I go to spin classes with my coworkers.
Good for you. Shingles doesn't care. Because no matter how healthy you feel, your risk of shingles sharply increases after age 50. But Shingrix protects. Proven over 90% effective, Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk is observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, and upset stomach. Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Shingrix is now $0 for almost everyone. Ask your doctor about Shingrix today.
Heavy wind damage is a given in a storm.
87 degrees in Lebanon, Tennessee. Streaming the TV coverage? No, I will not be streaming the, can't, unfortunately, show the TV. Wish I could. Trust me, I wish I could, my friend, but, YouTube doesn't like that, and so neither does NASCAR, neither does NBC.
Tonight about second chances and the love surrounding one woman through the fight of her
Unfortunately, I wish I could.
life. A short walk down
If
the
it was up to me, I would be plugging in my capture card to my cable box, and I would have it right here on the TV or on the screen. But
Stage 3
unfortunately, I
small cell
can't.
cancer in 2021.
Because
She got the news only
that's the
about a
way it
year after
is.
She and Bill James started dating, never expecting he'd stick by her side.
But he didn't leave. He came with me to Houston, took me every day to MD Anderson, and it started to turn to love.
It blossomed into love.
Love that carried the couple through grueling round after round of chemotherapy and radiation until finally,
I'm cancer-free.
after an instant yes when Bill proposed, the two married earlier this month in North Carolina. With some of the most special guests not in the audience, but by Sherry's side.
You had a wedding, and you had some special people walk you down the aisle.
Dr. Morris and Dr. Holliday always tell me at my checkups, we do what we do because we give people another life. I wouldn't have even been around to marry him if not for them.
Doctors Van Morris and Emma Holliday from MD Anderson Cancer Center treated Sherry as she battled her cancer, seeing firsthand her fighting spirit and her blossoming relationship with Bill.
You get invited to this wedding. That must have been a moment for you.
To be a part of that just means so much more beyond just the doctor-patient relationship that we get to experience just in the walls of a hospital.
It was such a joy and a celebration of everything life after cancer should be.
Hand in hand, step by step, they gave her away after giving her a second chance at life.
But just to be like the first-hand witness right next to that, I think it was incredible.
This is the day the Lord has made.
4 lives forever connected through the miracle of medicine and the power of love.
In the ceremony, when the pastor said, "Who gives this woman?" they both said, "We do." And they truly did, because they gave me life to allow me to marry Bill.
A lot of happy tears at that wedding. Sherry's still getting checkups and hopes to stay cancer-free as she starts her new life with Bill. That's NBC Nightly News for this Sunday. I'm Hallie Jackson. For all of us here at NBC News, good night.
Now is raw.
How hard is it to see it like this?
Our house is no longer here, but we are here.
Now is real.
Let's break down what we know and then the big questions still outstanding.
News for the generation of now is NBC.
Dear exit strategy. Now you can escape with 4.99 APR financing.
Tony Stewart, wife Leah Pruitt won at Norwalk Motorsports Park. I didn't even know Tony Stewart was married, to be honest.
Signed, Verdict Toyota. Shop VerdictToyota.com.
We're AAA, an iconic American organization that's been around since before you can remember. Always here, always available, always serving our members' needs. Whether you're insuring your family, driving to work, or planning the vacation of a lifetime, we're right by your side 24/7 with expert advice for what you're planning for, and even situations you're not. AAA, anywhere, anytime, always. Become a member today at aaa.com/always.
Dear First Place, we never stop climbing to the top. It's what Toyota Tough Trucks do. Get 4.99 for up to 60 months financing on a new 23 Toyota Tacoma. Signed, Verdict Toyota. Shop VerdictToyota.com.
A Question of Authority, Monday at 6.
Nashville, Tennessee, a city filled with storytellers and dreamers, entertainers honing their craft, just like the stars on the track tonight in front of a sold-out crowd here at Nashville Super Speedway. It's NASCAR Cup Series racing, the Ally 400. Great crowd on hand alongside our crew chief Steve Letard.
Yeah, he doesn't have any kids.
Steve, you see the grandstands filled. Nashville, this has become a huge event.
Yeah, well, Nashville Speedway and Nashville City, they're both entertainment meccas. The downtown is unbelievably packed each and every night, and the fans have moved out here for the Speedway. It's going to be a great race under the lights.
Which drivers?
I'm ready.
Well, I think the number 9. I think Chase Sally's been out of the car due to injury.
Car's already on track. Yeah, they moved up the start time.
To try to make the playoffs, but a win is a guarantee. I'm thinking
Green flag is supposed to be 7:22, but they moved it up to 7:05,
lock himself into the playoffs,
which is 6:05 local time.
Defending Cup Series champion has a win already, but there's only 2 wins for Ford this year. I think he's trying to get those Fords back in victory lane. Can he do it here at Nashville?
Well, you talk about the Fords. How about the Toyotas? It's been a great week for 2311. You talk about big stars. There's no bigger star than their team owner, right? Michael Jordan has been around all weekend long. Bubba was so close for getting that win at Talladega in front of MJ. Could tonight be the night they take MJ to victory lane in person?
Yeah, Tyler Reddick, his teammate, starts in the front row right next to Ross Chastain.
All right, so my pick to win this race. My pick to win tonight is Chase Elliott. Dom has Ross Chastain. Or no, sorry, Jaden has Ross Chastain and Dom has Kyle Larson.
First off, great to be back at the racetrack, back on NBC. The sights, the smells, the sounds only you can get it in NASCAR.
Stage 1 ends at lap 90. Stage 2 ends at lap 90 or 185, lap 185, and then the final 115 laps will be the final stage.
They're making sure those cool suits are working, that helmet fan's working. They're also checking with their spotter, making sure they hear their spotter all the way around the racetrack.
Yeah, let's go down, watch them on pit road. Look at what they're seeing. What they're doing right here is they're trying to find their pit box. Number 1 goal, find your pit box. Where do I have to stop? Don't overshoot it. That's why one of the reasons they come down pit road every week.
Also checking pit road speed. They got to make sure that they're pushing that to the limit. The crew chief's giving them the speed they're running. They don't have a mile per hour. They got a tachometer inside the car, so they use that tach, and the crew chief tells them, too fast, slow it down. You can be more aggressive. It's critical to push as hard as you can all night during these pit stops.
And you mentioned the excitement about being down here. I'm going to tell you one guy that always creates excitement. That's our pole sitter, Ross Chastain. That guy is on it. But this year, his car owner had to come out and say, look, you got to clean some things up. And he did it publicly. And since then, hadn't been as good. Performance hadn't been as good. But tonight, he's got a fast race car, was fast in practice, sat on the pole. Tonight, we're going to see Ross Chastain be Ross Chastain. Go out and try to win this race and not care if he makes somebody mad.
Another guy who's fast here, but has been fast for the last several weeks, Martin Truex, and Kim has more.
That's right. Lots of momentum for the 19 team of Martin Truex Jr. In fact, they told me they are still riding a wave of confidence from their win 2 weeks ago at Sonoma. Fast in practice. In fact, top 3 speed in practice. They swept both stages here last year. We'll see what they can do, Dave, from the 6th starting position.
Kim, what a year it's been for Kyle Busch. 3 wins. He's in the playoffs, but he wants that regular season championship. A win here tonight at Nashville, well, he hasn't been great so far, would go a long way toward that. Marty Snyder.
Dave, so far this year, the best driver in the Cup Series has been William Byron. He is the championship leader, but a moment ago, he admitted to me lately, we just haven't had that same speed. On the top end, a 3rd place car. On the bottom end, a 7th place car. And Ricky said, we have some work to do this summer, which has traditionally been a very tough time of the season for the 24.
Interesting, Marty, that they've got work to do. 3 wins already. Want to take a look at tonight's starting grid brought to you by Ally. Up front, Ross Chastain, first career Cup pole for both him and his team owner, Trackhouse.
Okay, so Daniel Suarez to the back of the field in a backup car. Kyle Busch right there on the 2nd page. Christopher Bell, his teammate, being row 11.
A little bit further back in the field, Harrison Burton, Brendan Poole, one of his few starts here in the Cup Series.
So yes, Ross Chastain is on the pole for tonight's race.
Going down the backstretch, and
Kyle Busch starts in 11th. Not terrible. Seems like that's where he always starts, like around that area.
We saw accidents in qualifying, both in Cup and Xfinity. The Xfinity Series race, it took us 3 or 4 times to get the race started without an accident. That has to be on the mind of these drivers as they're coming around. It is a night race. The lights won't come on, but right now you see it. The sun is shining. The track is slick. How aggressive will they be early?
We'll see how much the track changes. The shadows just starting to creep over the front stretch. Pace
all right, here we go. Off week is done, and we're racing from Nashville.
You see cars moving around, sliding around. A tough Xfinity race yesterday. These drivers have to be taking it pretty easy, making sure they understand how much grip this racetrack has. Trying to stay right alongside him. Haley right on the
I don't know what this is about with Jeff Burton and Dale Earnhardt on pit road. I don't think that's going to work. The cars are too loud when they pass by. They have to like be swallowing the microphone.
Truex to the bottom, side by side with Byron. Byron to the top of Haley. Almost 3 wide off of turn 4.
Haley struggling a little bit with the handling of his
What are they even doing? Why is Rick Allen not talking?
good pace of practice yesterday,
Oh, right on the door, Truex. Off of 2, almost contact. Haley trying to keep this spot, side by side, racing neck and neck into turn 3. Haley backs off, gives up the position. Truex really fast in practice. Now here comes Byron to the inside.
See right here, they're lined up. They all see Justin's having a problem with this car. That means go on offense. Try to take this spot.
Bro, this is terrible. What are they doing? Y'all thought Fox was bad. First few laps of NBC, it's just like, what?
The whole field sort of single file. A little bit of side by side here and there. Some people already trying this middle groove. We saw this track last year and in the Xfinity race, really wide. Already cars up there trying to find speed, clean air as well.
We see the 17 of Chris Buescher making his way up. The 9, as you mentioned, Steve, maybe a little more pressure on Chase Elliott as there's just 10 opportunities until the playoffs get underway, and he may have to win his way to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, the math is there that says he can get out on points, but a win is a guarantee. Bubba Wallace just in front of Chase Elliott, making his 200th start in the Cup Series here in Nashville. His co-owner, Denny Hamlin, to his outside.
Now, is there a competition caution? I did not see that.
Has been very good here at Nashville Superspeedway. This is just the 3rd race for the Cup Series here on this surface.
Great battle down the back straightaway. Bubba Wallace racing his car owner. Always a precarious situation to be in, Jeff, when you got to race your car owner on the racetrack.
Yeah, I feel like what's happening here, though, is Denny's encouraged them to race him hard. Be smart, but race him hard. Get the most you can. You see Denny, little cross on the move, trying to get back under feet.
Yeah, no competition caution tonight. Just the stages.
That makes it harder to get the car to do what you want it to do.
That fight for position continues as Hamlin has the shorter distance around the track next to the yellow line, but things tightening up front.
Some good racing already.
All over his back bumper.
Son's got Bradley Beal, yeah. It's I'm happy that we got Bradley Beal. Sad that we lost Chris Paul. I don't know if it was worth it, but maybe it is. Guess we'll find out.
And that's happening right now. Chastain counters that move, though. Chastain to the top, trying to take air away from that 45 car. Reddick.
Chastain not ready to go all the way up there, though. Just testing out that middle groove. He's going to get more and more aggressive, more and more comfortable going to the top party.
Poor Junior, you went to the garage area this morning, and everyone
I need
said
some
these
food.
2 cars were the best in the field. Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick. Reddick very good on the long run. Chastain looked good yesterday, but just told his crew chief Phil Surgeon a moment ago, I'm a 3 out of 5 tight. Steve, if you get that message this early in the race, what are you thinking?
Well, you're definitely concerned, and from all the crew chiefs I've talked to, tight is the wrong side to be on. The way these cars adjust, it's much easier to tighten a car up that's too free. When you're tight, the front tires don't seem to work, and what you want to do for chassis adjustments hurts the aero balance. So you kind of contradict one another, Dave.
Back to 6th place now is Justin Haley after his best qualifying effort of his career and of the season in the 31 car. It's unfamiliar territory for him for 2023. His best qualifying had been 16th. So what's wrong with the car? Well, just tight on landing, Steve. You just talked about a tight, wrong place to be. He waited until lap 8, then he keyed the radio and told his crew, tight on landing.
The concern, though, is which way is the track going to go? You see right now the 31 shade on the front stretch. Now down here in 1 and 2. More sunshine on the racetrack. As that sun sets, the track should free up, in my opinion. As it cools, the front normally gains grip. William Byron, what a year. What a year for William Byron. We're seeing, I think, a breakout year for the driver of the 24.
Big run on the outside as he tries to complete the pass on Joey Logano. Using that higher line, Logano falls back to 5th. Byron up to 4th now. The gap between Chastain and Reddick Still 0.2 of a second. You see that on the top of your screen. Tyler Reddick searching for any clean air and a way around that one of Chastain.
If you can believe it, Ross Chastain leading. He's the only driver inside the top 5 without a win this season, which is really shocking when you look at Chastain's numbers. Stage wins, how fast this one car is. It's just shocking, really. Not only has he not going to win this year, but when you think about his 2 career wins, it was Talladega and a road course. He hasn't really won on what I would consider a standard, if you can believe it, type downforce racetrack. Maybe this is the day. First ever career pole. Blew my mind. Yep. Maybe he'll get that win on a standard type downforce track today.
You see,
Okay.
13 races,
I just ordered
finished
Popeyes.
Last 3 10th. The numbers pretty glaring there after Darlington and the talking that he got from Justin Marks, as well as the comments that were made by Rick Hendrick about the way he drives.
You heard Jeff Burton mention it. You know, which Ross are we going to see? I mean, I can't imagine the internal battle, right? He has found a way to be successful, but it's come with a lot of baggage. So which side of the fence does he want to be on? Right now, leading, it's pretty easy. It's the question when you start to have a contested position, then you have to put your elbows up.
We heard from Jeff Jr. saying that we're going to see the real Ross Chastain tonight. You're watching the Nascar.
You're going to see the real me.
Around this epic track. But we've never stopped moving forward.
I'm too fat for this chair, I think.
Wherever we go in the next 75, we're all better off with an ally.
I did see the Suarez crash, yeah.
Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Let's say you'll need headlights and the bumper. At least you can skip the car wash. Just go to eBay Motors. The check needs a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
What's this? It's a contest that offers the best Gran Turismo players in the world a chance to compete in professional racing. Welcome to Team Nissan.
This is not a game. This is reality. Miss the line on the track, and you could die.
If I lose, then I lose. I'm not gonna quit.
Gran Turismo, only in theaters.
The Busch Guide, cold and smooth
I
survival.
kind of want to see that movie, the Gran Turismo movie.
Stop.
Leaves of 3, leave them be. Cans of 6. Take your pick.
And head for the mountains of...
For every purpose, for every path, for every soul, for every season, there's a Ram.
During the Ram 4th of July sales event, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
There are a million roads leading here. I had mine. And each and every driver from today had theirs. Roads from here and there. Hard roads, bumpy ones. Each one of those roads led here to one place with one goal. To a place where it doesn't matter where you came from. Because here, there's only one road. Forward.
NASCAR Drive, that's your live race day companion. You're able to follow your favorite drivers with access to their in-car cameras. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download that NASCAR mobile app to watch all the action. Dave.
Kyle Busch was the first one on pit road today. He did not want to be. Listen to this.
Oh my God.
So he called right front, right front. He came to pit road. They said, "Are you sure it's just the right front?" He said, "Well, I don't know. You can change all four if you want." So that's what they decided.
Are you serious, dude?
Four have been changed, and it was indeed the right.
Aaron Judge got injured. He's been injured.
That is not enough.
He's always injured.
But you could look at it either as a bad break,
That's not funny.
or great break that he's able to come to pit road, get it changed out, back on the racetrack. If you've got a habit issue, have it early. Only 21 laps in the race.
I mean, yeah, it's true. We got a lot of racing left. Long night ahead of us.
Circling at the cut, just unfortunate, right? I mean, those are the things in racing that drive you crazy, right? I don't know how to explain that other than just bad luck.
Yeah, he had to get way out of the gas there as he was up the racetrack, following Eric Jones at the 43 here.
I'm really surprised at how high the groove is moving up so quickly, and that's what I love about this racetrack. Drivers are able to go wherever they need to go, find speed and clean air. Already almost to the fence at both ends.
Been riding along with the Cheddars on board there with Kyle Busch. Now he ducks down to the inside, trying to get by Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
To give you a reference, right? Ricky Stenhouse is 19th on the lead lap, so Kyle Busch is a lap down and about mid-pack in the field, so he's not going to drive up and pass the leader. He just needs to, in a perfect world, he would get a caution before anyone else gets lapped, and he'd be right back on the lead lap. So, you know, just take a deep breath, just keep pushing, see how the yellows play out.
Chastain still with that quarter-second gap over Tyler Reddick up front. Reddick has just not been able to find a way to get out of Ross Chastain.
Yeah, that's not a soccer score. That's a football score. Soccer scores are always like 1-0. Yeah, but I saw that the Angels. That was crazy. I wasn't watching last night, but I kept like checking the score.
In the top 10 here, 24 laps now, 25 laps into this one.
Yeah, stage is 90 laps. We can expect they can run right around 70 on fuel, maybe just a little short or just a little over 70 laps. So you'll have to make a pit stop if this stage does run green.
Now we see a little bit higher line out of Reddick. We'll see if that momentum pays off. It doesn't close the gap much though.
On the bottom, you see Bubba Wallace in the 23, Chris Buescher from RFK in the 17. That's the 9th and 10th position. RFK continuing to improve. You know, they got that win at Bristol, and this year I think it's incremental. Each week they just seem to find a little bit better, a little bit more confidence. I think it's not going to be long until we see not just a win, but multiple wins. Both cars winning for RFK.
And changes continue with RFK as far as maybe modernizing a lot of the things that they had, you know, almost done traditionally with the move of Keselowski coming over in the ownership side of that, changing some things, changing the atmosphere over there at RFK. We see Ryan Blaney now in the 12 coming into the picture here.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney, this team, they've been running really well lately. They got that big win to come to 600. Runs a long winning streak. Put a lot of pressure off his team. You see now he's trying to get around Bubba Wallace. That's what you do at this racetrack. That's why we love it so much. It's the car in front of you. He's on the bottom. You run the top. You just go wherever they are. Ryan Blaney trying to figure a way around. Racetrack here against his good buddy Bubba Wallace. The Fords have really struggled a little bit this year against the Chevrolets and the Toyotas recently. This guy right here, though, William Byron, is again leading the charge in the Ford camp. I think it's 10 year, Marty. You guys mentioned the win for Ryan Blaney and Charlotte. Jonathan Hassler's crew chief told me.
Oh, Blaney got in the wall a little bit there.
The wall right there and does make the pass on Bubba Wallace, or tries to into turn 3. How about that move for Ryan Blaney? But a moment ago,
Brushed the wall and got past, and then passed him. That's pretty sick.
He said pretty bad brake shake to get going. Didn't have it in practice. That's a little weird.
So there you go, Steve. So how about the brake shake issue that was very early in this run as well, and it didn't happen in practice? Would that concern you?
Well, in years past, I would say, oh, it's going to be fine, Rick. It'll clean itself up. But the truth is, we have seen some rotor issues in St. Louis. We've actually had some brakes fail and come apart. Let's take another look. Just high, trying to get to the right side of the 23. I don't know if you got a bad aero position or just got a little bit up the racetrack. I don't think the contact was too heavy, not a lot of damage, but that brake shake.
Thank you for running me in the fence. Really appreciate it. One more, but...
Well, there you go.
Oh, wow. So is he saying that Bubba ran him into the fence?
So I guess he thought he was going to have more space on the outside of Bubba when Bubba came up, whether the space or the air or the vision or the combination of the three got him all the way.
Doesn't Kyle have bad brakes too? I don't know what his issue is.
Monitor that brake situation. To close out that story, normally shake is something on the pads, but what we happened in St. Louis is that these rotors actually have a little bit of float, and with that,
No, it was a flat tire.
they grow and make contact with other parts of the brakes and they can explode. So we'll have to see if this 12-car brake issue is just a annoyance or a true concern.
Again, Blaney currently running in the 10th spot. He's behind Busher, Chastain, and Reddick. Now the gap between 1 and 2, a little bit more, 0.8 of a second separating the top two.
There's tons of excitement down here, Junior. It's a lot of fun to be here. Right here with the cars going by us, flying by us. It's loud down here. But it's so much fun. Makes your body shake. It's what makes me at the racetrack so awesome. It's great perspective.
You guys got to turn these mics up. I'm sorry.
On it.
Did you see my tail when that Chewy box showed up?
Oh, I saw it.
Sorry about the vase.
Can we just say vase like normal people?
Fine.
I always wondered what it would be like to have a tail.
Maybe you did one time. Maybe 1,000 years from now, I'll be tailless, using that Chewy app to get you great prices on treats.
I'm pretty sure it takes more than 1,000 years.
Vase.
Pets aren't just pets. They're more.
Vase.
Save more on what they love with everyday great prices at Chewy. We've come a long way in 125 years. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down. Pushing boundaries and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way. But there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Whenever you're hungry, there's a deal on the Subway app. About 1 foot long, get 50% off in the Subway app today.
Now that's the deal worth celebrating.
Man, what are you doing? Get it before it's gone on the Subway app.
Looks like you got a corner office. Lucky.
Be part of something greater.
There's a thin line in the NASCAR Xfinity Series between winning and losing, between being the future and being past, between headlines and tailspins, between making history and being it, between the sweet taste of victory and the fumes of defeat. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, there's a thin line between being a name they know and being a name they'll never forget.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Ally. Do it right. Sonic. And by Toyota. Let's go places. That's the famous Ryman Auditorium there in downtown Nashville. So many historic acts have been on that stage. Careers made. Speaking of careers, there's a guy that's got a couple guitars after winning at this racetrack.
Looks like Reddick cut down the gap a little bit.
Carl! And he's here this weekend as the inaugural member of the Walk of Fame.
Oh my God, it's Carl! I love you, Carl. I miss you. Come back.
No, it's not easy at all. Coming in, my wife said, you must love this place. It's like, man, I've had some real crazy...
Bro, the engines are much louder and sound a bit different from Fox. It's because NBC is honestly better, dude. Like, Fox did a terrible job with it.
spotting anything, Carl?
Yeah, like they're actually giving me a feel for what it's like to be at the track. Like,
It really is an honor to be here. It's cool to see everybody. NASCAR did a lot of great things for me. It's fun.
this broadcast has been so enjoyable. Besides the fact that you can't hear Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton, this broadcast has been great.
Confidence is low. I talked to him. He's got a hop in his step. I think he's going to be tough to beat today.
We're glad you're back. Come back anytime and welcome to the...
And yesterday I was watching the Xfinity race out in that like studio room, and I had like my great speaker out there, and it made it sound even better. Like, the engine sounds so good on there.
Everyone on their feet here wanting to see that. The flip from Carl Edwards winning in Nashville.
When he gets that Gibson guitar, he's going to play us a tune.
That's fun, and what a race, man! That was just really good racing.
Awesome job, guys. All weekend. Carl is not going to disappoint. He is already into the stands, heading for the fans. There he goes.
And here is making the first green flag stop of the day. The crew already to the left side. 4 tires. Sunoco fuel for Martin Truex Jr. said he could not get off 1 and 2 the way he wanted to. Just slight air pressure adjustment for him. As we look at the side.
So they're splitting the stage in half, it looks like.
Bad on throttle, needed a slight adjustment there. Kyle Larson down and away, Dave.
And you see Denny Hamlin now leaving pit row. He described his car as a little bit edgy, but he's been going the right
Well,
direction.
leader Ross Chastain's on pit road, so William Byron has taken the lead.
Down pit road has led 42 laps to this point, so the car just got a little too free the further he ran. So all these teams in essence sort of splitting this first stage, which is 90 laps in half. Also Ryan Blaney on pit road. He too saying his car getting too free. And a lot of crew chiefs and spotters, they feel like that the track has really changed here. And also the 45 of Tyler Reddick on pit road as well. He as well free. So Steve, certainly the track changing. Teams deciding to split this first stage in half.
Yeah, I mean, the track's going to continue to change. That's the interesting thing about the start time of this race. Last year it was a delay, a weather delay that got us later into the evening. This is a scheduled plan of a later start, as now we see William Byron gives up the lead, coming to his pit stall.
One lap further than everybody else. You see the chassis change to tighten up the 24 car as well. Byron was pretty quick out there. Also the 22 on pit road in front of you, Dave.
Well, Will Petrucci told me earlier today, I'd be hesitant to split it in half because the tire wear isn't that great this weekend. Well, he had to follow what everyone else was doing. Joey Logano on and off of pit road, as is Chase Elliott. He has been moving forward early in the race, going the right direction. They'll come down here for 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel.
Last year's winner, Chase Elliott. And we hear a lot of teams saying we've got to make some changes, some chassis adjustments. Kim.
And here is the 6th of Brian Keselowski chassis adjustment there. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. They felt confident about their long run. Needed help on the short end.
The 34 of Michael McDowell, a lonely roll down pit road at pit road speed because of this, a commitment line violation. You see the yellow line, the orange box.
Oh,
right
Michael
there.
McDowell
He
got a
just
penalty.
crossed over. You cannot touch that.
And he was
box.
definitely way too
Tires
fast.
below it. So an issue coming to pit road for that reason. He had a pass-through penalty.
Here comes Alex Bowman. Marty.
Alex Bowman will run a little bit farther here. Blake Harris's crew chief making that call. He'll come in for 4 fresh Goodyear tires like everybody else. A little too free for him. Now Daniel Suarez started at the very back of the field in a backup car today. He was so quick coming to the field. So Steve, if you're
All right, Daniel Suarez coming to pit road from the lead.
you come to pit road right now, but Suarez has an awfully quick car. Even though it's a backup car, he was very fast, wrecked and qualified.
It's been a really good race so far.
At the same speed as that primary had earlier in the weekend.
And that's very impressive. I mean, with the limited amount of practice, the teams just don't put as much effort into the backup cars as they used to. Congratulations to Trackhouse to take the opposite approach, have this backup car giving the...
I wonder if Rick is in the booth and Steve and Dale are around the track, so when cars go by, then you can't hear them. So what they're doing, Rick is in the booth, Steve is in the booth. It's Jeff Burton and Dale Earnhardt on pit road. Or Dale Earnhardt Jr. on pit road.
Tootsie's very famous establishment.
And so yeah, that's why like whenever the cars pass, it's like super loud.
Sponsor of the 99 is Chastain. Now now chasing after Ty Dillon, who hasn't come to pit road yet.
I think this call for Ty Dillon is an interesting one. You know, if you're in the back third of the field, you're almost starting to race for laps. It's been a little bit of a rough year. Inspire Motorsports.
Yeah, my one criticism of NBC's broadcast, because I think NBC does an amazing broadcast. I mean, obviously besides commercials I don't like. But, I mean, even then, they haven't really been oversaturating us with commercials so far. But, like, pretty much my only criticism of NBC's broadcasts is that they just do a bunch of, like, goofy shit. Like, they do a bunch of, like, weird shit, like... I don't like how they do the radio broadcast. I don't like when, like, Rick Allen is, like, out of the booth and they have Dale Jr. do, like, the play-by-play. Like, I don't like that.
Hot Wheels turning this car.
I wish they would just do normal broadcasts, like, every race.
We ended up getting a canopy right out of a jet. Oh my god!
This could be in a movie. Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge, Tuesday on NBC.
Summertime in New York. It's easy. Easy to plan. Easy to please everyone. Easy to get excited. Easy to get away. It's easy to love New York. Plan your summer getaway at iloveny.com.
Hit the road this summer in a truck or SUV from Burdick Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Over 200 available with savings to go along with our selection.
It's Jeep season. Time to save over $5,000 on a new 23 Compass Latitude 4x4. Buy price now $29,227.
Make your summer road trip so much better. That's why it's time to shop Burdick Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at Drivers Village. See why at BurdickDodgeChryslerJeep.com.
Care. It's more than a word. It's the heart of our mission and purpose for more than 25 years. Today, we serve 2.3 million members, partnering with top quality providers and caring for communities across New York State. This is Fidelis Care. If you need health insurance or if your coverage is changing, Fidelis Care can help. Call 1-888-FIDELIS, TTY 711, or visit fideliscare.org.
At the Seven O's RV stores, we're celebrating 54 years of success thanks to referrals from families like yours. And our family's 3 generations of commitment to excellent service, great deals, and honest, no gimmicks pricing makes us the perfect choice for camping families young and old. Thank you for trusting us to help you and your family make a lifetime of camping memories. Check out 7os.com. Then come help us celebrate with fantastic deals at RV Way in Cicero and 7os in Kirkville, your friendly family RV stores for more than 50 years.
New life to a historic church, Tuesday at 7 on NBC3.
Do you remember playing with Hot Wheels as a kid? Well, they just got a whole lot bigger. Buckle up for an exciting new competition. Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge, Tuesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Food's on the way.
Aerial views and aerial coverage brought to you by Pods. If you're moving this summer, save up to 30% at pods.com today. Thankful that the sun is shining. There was talk of the possibility of thunderstorms going through here in the late evening. And that sunshine welcome as Ross
Yeah, I don't think...
up front.
I mean,
and
the rain wouldn't be there till like 10, I think. And that's 10 their time, so that'd be like even later.
It's good to be up here in air conditioning. It's hot down there, but it is fun to be down there. And excitement, the cars flying by. Kind of forget how fast they're going.
Oh, I think Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton moved up to the booth now.
Such a big difference from yesterday.
Yeah.
The Xfinity cars and the dual exhaust coming on the left and the right side for the Cup cars. Once they start wrapping around the entire racetrack, it's really impossible to drown out that noise. But it is fun. It is fun being down there.
Yeah, they moved Jeff and Dale up to the booth. I don't know if that was their plan or if they just saw some of the criticism of it being too loud.
This racetrack, I'm impressed with Nashville.
Yeah, so they didn't know it rain till like 10.
This racetrack would race this well the last 2 years. It's been incredible. And look here, look at this. This is the type of racing we're going to see all night long. 2, 3 wide even. AJ Allmendinger trying to work his way through the middle of this sandwich.
Colleague racing drivers right there with Haley and Allmendinger, 31 and 16, chasing after the 12.
Yeah, and Allmendinger, that big win yesterday in the Xfinity Series.
And look at this. The one struggling a little bit.
Oh, yeah, Ross Chastain's getting passed by Tyler Reddick. Or, no, sorry, not Tyler Reddick. Noah Gragson is trying to stay on the lead lap, but Reddick's pretty much right there.
Miss Sonoma took an off weekend to get a little better. But look, this is not allowing Reddick to close. Reddick is sort of in a position where the air's a little bit dirty. He's on old tires and slipping around a little bit. He's going to go way up the racetrack for some clean air to see if that can help him get this run off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
Runs on dreams and gasoline.
All the cars are so similar in speed that it's hard to lap. You know, Noah and Grexon's running 26, and it's not like Rouse Chastain can just fly up here and go blind by him. And to me, like, I think the 42 car of Grexon's doing a great job pinching him off.
Oh, here comes Reddick.
Let the one car be where it really wants to be.
Gonna get slowed up a little bit by Gragson. Yeah, Gregson's like really racing hard here. He's not giving the leader any break. He's doing a Ryan Newman.
Look at Reddick. He gets to run. Noah backs out of that.
There you go. Oh, wow. Here comes Tyler Reddick for the lead. Tyler Reddick takes the lead from Ross Chastain.
And he'll do it. Also, keep in mind, been a little activity between Ross and Noah on pit road earlier this year.
I don't want to miss this battle, but I got to go get my food.
There's something to that. Racing a little bit harder, but it gives us a lead change here. 29 laps to go in stage 1.
Well, now
I'll be back.
mission is to try to stay in this position to be the first car one lap down in case a caution comes out. So that fight that Noah put up delays the 45 car or the 1 car, whichever happened to be lead, to catch the next leader. Look, you can't see the next lap car that would be the next lap car. So Noah did a nice job of slowing them down.
Ross mount a charge. Is there an opportunity to... Was he up there really running as hard as he possibly could?
You mentioned that altercation. These two not seeing eye to eye in Kansas earlier this year. Noah thought that Ross had taken him up into the wall.
Chastain's going to connect with a right. Noah had a good one coming back. It gets broke up before Noah could respond. I don't think they like each other.
It didn't look like Noah was giving Ross any room when he was trying to get by.
No, he wasn't. And, you know, he can do that. I mean, he got punched him in the face. So, he's lost a lap. He's going to try to figure out how to get that back later in the race.
I know everybody don't laugh. I laugh too. That was fun.
Apparently that allows you to race somebody hard.
I see a new series. This is Dale Jr. parroting tips and one when you get punched in the face, you can swing back.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that.
Ross is hanging in here.
Excuse me,
I know
Sheena.
that, you know, he might have been just kind of running 90%, maybe 85%. So we'll see if he can mount a charge. Reddick was really fast in practice yesterday. This 1 car was as well, but I think Reddick, we all agree, was probably the best car. But I talked to Ross before the race started, and I said, hey, man, they fast, but what's the car like on the long run? He just grinned and nodded, walking away. I think this guy's really confident what he can do.
Them bitches forgot my dippins.
Because that's what happened a year ago when Toyota was so dominant on this race.
Them bitches forgot my dippins.
Changes in the race, and it ended up being...
I need some dippins. I'll be right back.
And was able to get the win. I want to take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap.
You get into my food, you're dead.
Race leader.
All right, you hear me?
His 4th lap of this race, 30.318 seconds. Just under 158 miles an hour average speed around this mile and a third. Kim.
And a team that had a lot of confidence coming into this weekend, it was the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. You see the Toyota onboard camera. After those green flag stops, though, Martin came on the radio and said, guys, the balance is not quite right after those changes. Then he added a little more specificity later in this run, saying he is loose in, tight center, loose off, can't do what he wants with that race car, so they'll look for more changes at the end of this stage, Dave.
Chase Elliott is up 5 positions from the start of the race, and he's heard the great words, hey, fastest car on the track a couple of different times. Not the Xfinity fastest lap overall, but he's been the fastest of everyone a couple of different times. And that is good news. Now, Alan Gustafson told me today they weren't great at the start last year. They won the race. They're great at the start this year, Steve. You know the challenge. Okay, let's keep it great while the track changes.
That's it. You know it's going to change. You have an idea which direction it's going to go. As now we see the battle for the lead back on as Chastain has caught the 45. He's to the inside of him, Rick.
See if he can make the pass down there on the yellow line, but he's going to have another car.
Slide job.
Becoming effective.
Slide job, Rick.
I've heard that before. We see the 45 of Reddick making his way back up in front. Did you think that the one was going to slide up into Reddick there?
He was just trying to take his line away, see if Reddick would.
I have no dipping sauce that's good either, so I'm just out of luck.
He had to try to take that spot away. That tells you
I'm just out of luck here.
But I'm so glad to see this one loses the lead, and now he's going to be able to have enough race car to try to go back.
Them bitches forgot my dippings. Weed is bad. That's not true.
Look at this.
I mean, it's not great, but
It's closing the gap again between 1 and 2.
it's not good for you.
Mount another surge to see if he can get by Reddick.
He goes to the top of the racetrack down here, Rick, trying to see if he can create some momentum. He's passing a lap car, but also running the top. So this is see how they got side by side.
It is Popeyes, Jaden.
Way back there, so the 45 gets up a little bit too high, and I think that he wasn't sure. He was slick in the dirt, in the marbles, wasn't sure about getting back to the throttle. That allowed the one to get there. So big mistake on the 45.
What happened to Chris Paul? He ain't here no more.
Just a slip up for Reddick trying to get that higher groove.
He's gone. It's sad.
The drivers talk about not being able to really see where the groove is. Obviously, you can tell where the rubber's put down.
But I'm happy that we got Bradley Beal.
It doesn't have a color. So when you try
He's pretty good.
even higher and higher and higher,
D-Book is not next.
there in the dirty stuff.
Reddick's been out front.
Don't even put those ideas out into the universe.
Who was up front for 52. The top two separated by half a second.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter a black bear, do not run. It may stimulate the instinct to chase. Instead, make yourself appear bigger. Bigger.
If you guys follow this here, then D-Book might move on.
And speak firmly in a loud voice.
I don't know.
Good boy.
He seems to really like Phoenix.
Head for the mountains.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
And I don't want DeAndre Ayton to leave either. What if the Suns got Rudy Gobert? Then he would probably start another pandemic.
With such a weapon. But I know the Nazis can.
3, 2, 1.
Oppenheimer in theaters July 21st. Now.
For every purpose, for every path, for every soul, for every season.
John Morant's going to light up the league. He's going to pull up on the league. He's going to shoot the league. He's a really good shooter. Kyle Busch back up to 7th now after his early pit stop. That's good.
I want something that makes me say, wow.
Youth football is all about swag, style.
Kevin Harvick will not win.
Things Peyton has none.
Fuck Kevin Harvick.
What is that?
Fuck Kevin Harvick. All my homies hate Kevin Harvick.
Thanks for joining us for the NASCAR Cup Series Ally 400 on NBC. University, it's more than William Byron's sponsor. It's actually his school. Offer more than 700 flexible, affordable degree programs online and on campus. You can get your future on track today. Visit liberty.edu/24.
I think it's very dumb that William Byron went to college. Like, bro, you're a race car driver. You don't need college.
Third place. Look at his 20 car right here. Christopher Bell in ninth.
Yeah, big mover since the start of the race.
College is for lame people. You're cool.
Yeah, Christopher started the year out pretty strong, then lately has not been as good, but so far early in this race, good speed. Another car that's driven up through the field pretty nicely is Corey LaJoy. Corey had to do a lot of repairs to this car after a qualifying accident. He had to start in the very back of the pack. He's driven up to 25th.
Yeah, they didn't have to go to a backup. They did have to check basically the rear bumper, rear fascia, quarter panel. Made some pretty decent contact with the back of the car off turn.
Yeah, he went to Liberty University.
Jeff, but we're able to stick with their primary car.
LaJoy getting that opportunity to fill in for Chase Elliott.
Ty Gibbs will win Rookie of the Year. That is true. He definitely will.
When he gets the opportunity, we saw him at Bristol fighting up front. When he gets the opportunity, has a good car underneath him. He's very competitive.
And somebody that's not had a good start to this race. Joey Logano started 4th. He's back to 22nd. He's the second highest running Ford. Highest running Ford right now, 11th of Busher. See his teammate Blaney right behind Logano.
We showed all the cars that were on the move. Bell, Suarez, LaJoy. Another car moving through the field. The 16 of A.J. Allmendinger is all the way up into 10th place. Won yesterday's Xfinity race. Had a great drive. Continues to drive through the field today. A very strong car.
How much of that momentum coming from a win in the Xfinity Series can he move over here and bring to his Cup car?
I think that having some of the laps on the track and knowing how slippery this track was yesterday, now he learned something everybody else in this Cup race didn't. But the shift pattern of the car being so different, the rack and pinion steering, the tires being so different, he didn't really learn anything as far as balance or anything that's really going to help his performance or this car drive better because of what he did, right? So I do know that he understands where the groove is, where he can take the car, where to find speed. But he learned all that yesterday. He had an awesome performance. He didn't take the win. Holly's not had an incredible season so far in the Cup Series. It's a new team, building, improving. These are the runs that they need out of their two drivers. They had a great qualifying effort with Haley this year.
Brandon Miller, the basketball player. Yeah, he went 2 overall.
Getting it done in the top 10 today.
Matt, are you happy that you got Wemby?
Yesterday's race.
Matt's a Spurs fan.
And the iconic trophy that you win here in Nashville, we talk about drivers how to inspire and get them fired up about winning races at certain tracks. You give them a unique trophy. Yeah. He talked about that in his post-race, being able to win that guitar. You can only win it here, Rick. Nowhere else.
Gibson is their headquarters located here in Nashville, as we see the 22 of Blaney going to the outside of teammate Joey Logano.
See on the left side, the fuel for all of the cars. No real concern for most of the field, but in the 7th place, Kyle Busch, remember he had that flat right rear tire at lap 16, Dave, 69 laps on this fuel run. We thought they could go around 70, so they're really trying to stretch this tank.
Okay, so here's the fuzzy math that I have, Steve. I heard 73 in the pits, which means probably 74 or 5, even on lap 16. That means he should be able to make it because he knows how to save fuel as well. So right now he's in the top 10, doing pretty well, although he does have some feedback for his team.
Good to the 1, good to the center of 1 and 2, best off of 2. Good into 3, tight, 2 numbers tight, center 3, 4. Good off of 4. I got differences between the ends. Right down at the steering sucks.
I think Randall Burnett will be able to fix everything except the steering, probably.
I like that one. What I like
Who's Brandon Miller? I didn't know there's a former Xfinity driver named Brandon Miller.
this week. I know you can't fix it, but this needs to be discussed this week in the meeting. I don't like the steering. That was great description, though, guys. I mean, he took us really a whole lap, compared the two ends, not just entry, middle, and exit. A lot of good information for his crew chief.
One car washing up in the dirty air there a little bit, trying to get a run on the leader.
Brandon Miller, the Xfinity driver, has not raced since 2007.
Presents an opportunity, and look at the back there. Byron Truex closing in on the duo up front, making this a four-car battle for the lead, all within a second and a half of each other.
Coming up on the end of stage one, just under 3 laps to go.
Truex firing it down into turn 3 down, shifts, looks low. On the 24-car Byron, back to the throttle. Back in high gear right there. Early shifts down in the corner. Reminds me of old days in Pocono into turn 1. Using that downshift, Jeff, to help the car rotate. Talk about how these cars drive better.
Yeah, we got Jeff Green and Brandon Miller in the NBA. Yeah. Jeff Green, 2000 Xfinity Series champion.
But these cars love those RPMs. So as soon as you can get it in a lower gear, get RPMs in it, that puts some forces in the transaxle that just makes the car drive better.
While Reddick drives away in the lead, half second over Chastain. Chastain's starting to see a little business in his rearview mirror. Byron's getting closer and closer on this final lap.
Got a little bit loose there through 1 and 2. Did the one of Ross Chastain. And
all right.
Corey LaJoie making
So Tyler Reddick.
Difficult for Tyler Reddick on this final turn.
Tyler Reddick is going to win stage 1.
Tyler Reddick grabbing his 3rd stage win this year. Ross Chastain, William Byron, Mark Truex Jr. And Denny Hamlin, the top 5 in stage 1.
And Corey stays on the lead lap there by racing hard. You know who's happy about that? Noah Gragson. So he'll be the first car lap down for an opportunity to get the free pass.
Chase Elliott, 6th in stage 1. Once again, a great event from here at Nashville Super Speedway. We'll brush with the wall there on the 12. Ryan Blaney, how about a brush with a bull? Yeah, that's in the infield here.
We got it, fire.
This fire has the potential to take out city blocks.
Get it over. We don't know if anyone's in there. I smell gas. Oh my god.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan salesman.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot to...
Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Now get a low $2.99 per month lease on road.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
To be or not to be?
Yeah, it was Tyler Reddick.
Oh, no, I'm not. What is the one thing you wanted your phone in show to be?
Helpful.
And what is the one thing it's not to be?
Not to be seen as a know-it-all.
Well, your show is entitled Joe Knows.
Yes, but not Joe knows it all.
And when you don't know?
The team at Stanley Law finds out.
So, you want the show to be?
Helpful.
Says we need to buy out the trucks, please will give it back.
How are we going to run a business without a truck?
How are we gonna run a business without a truck? You can't.
So let's figure out a plan to keep you guys on the road.
Coffee, Greg? Thank you. Can Adam have a cup too?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Summer deals are heating up and our inventory is stacking up at Burdick Chevrolet at Drivers Village.
Spring into adventure with over $5,000 off the MSRP on your new 23 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom 4x4. Or choose 1.9% for 36 months financing.
Why choose Burdick Chevy? More selection, more savings. That's why. Find new roads at Burdick Chevrolet at Drivers Village. Shop BurdickGM.com.
NBC3, honored for excellence with a regional Edward R. Murrow Award.
And NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto.
I'm pretty excited for next week, too. I'm pretty excited for the Chicago Street Course race. I think it's something cool to try, you know? Everyone seems to be negative on it, but they don't even give it a shot, you know? You got to give everything a shot.
You know that fan right there? Ally hat as the cars onto pit road and headed towards you, Kim.
Top left, Mark Truex Jr. Fourth place finish in that stage, but he said, I'm disconnected in the rubber. I cannot carry momentum. The left rear getting a little bit squirrely. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel for Truex, Dave.
Gives up fifth position. He said it was migrating just the same as the first run, but a little bit worse turning in the middle of the corner. Marty.
Playoff point in the books for Tyler Reddick. He said he's loose on throttle, and also a mention of brake shake, which we heard earlier from another car as well. Nice stop by that bunch also up on the pit road. Ross Chastain said his car 2-3 on exit for the best stop. William Byron and his team showing why they've been number 1 on pit road. Or lead with the lead, Rick.
William Byron's team getting it done. 4 gets to that line before the run. So William Byron will start up front when we come back.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there. Nice. Out here, side window deflectors and mud flaps and the bump step to keep the bumper dent free. Cool. It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned. Great. But where do I order? WeatherTech.com.
Sweeping the nation.
They're so powerful and fast and unlike anything I've ever seen in my hometown.
These Hornets are not natural. They're engineered. They cannot be domesticated.
Are you picking this up?
Watch the first episode of Secret Invasion on Friday. I've never heard of that. Is Andy, like, does he even watch my streams anymore? I don't think he does.
Hey, Jamie. Oh, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is, but let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for around-the-clock protection.
It also is pretty late for him, so. But he should be watching the race.
In Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house, dude.
Well, I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I can. I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Marty, only in theaters July 21st.
He's not here yet.
21 days of yellow. 21 days to Paris. The Tour de France on NBC and Peacock.
Rafa, do you and Andy ever talk outside of the streams?
It's a prehistoric playground of epic proportions where you can move as fast as a raptor. And try to outrun one. Universal Orlando Resort. It's more than magic. It's real.
History will be made in a week. Yeah, that's Lake Michigan back there. It's the Chicago Street Race. For the first time ever, NASCAR will have a street course that they will race on Saturday. It's Xfinity Series on USA Sunday on NBC.
On Twitch, yeah.
And what an incredible facility this is.
That's cool.
Grant Park, Buckingham.
That's cool to know that, like, my streams brought two people together.
The Sabo Lakeshore Drive right there along Lake
Pretty cool.
Michigan. We'll be calling it radio style. Mike Backley will have turns 1 and 6.
No, why the fucking radio style shit?
Lakeshore Drive there in turn 4. Then back on Michigan Avenue is Jeff Burton in turn 11. And Steve, you and I had the opportunity to be right there on Columbus Avenue when they come back to the start-finish line. So much fun. We're looking forward to this. And actually, the Peacock pit box will be right by Buckingham Fountain. And right now, Parker Kligerman is actually at the course. And Parker, what has amazed you so far since you've been to the course today?
Well, Rick, as you can see right now, it was actually pretty nice. And then just as we started this, it started downpouring here. But behind me, you can see the beautiful skyline, and it really gives you a sense of how this track is deep in the heart of Chicago. And right now, I'm standing in what's called the President's Paddock Club, which is an Ida B. Wells Drive, which leads to sort of the entrance of the city. And actually, it's at the end of where turns 8 and 9 are on this 12-turn course. And it's fitting that NASCAR would choose Chicago as its first ever street course race, because back in 1895, the first ever major auto race in America was held here in Chicago. To Evanston and back to Chicago, it was 54 miles. It took 10 hours and 23 minutes. And I'm no rocket scientist, but I think the races on Saturday and Sunday will be a little faster.
Yo, why did I just get an ad for James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenge? And it's just like somebody on a submarine. That's like perfectly timed.
Grandstands, all the event atmosphere around here is starting to build up. You can just tell that everyone's excited.
Yeah, smiles on everyone's face. Parker, thank you so much for being out there. We appreciate that. Getting us a little preview of what we're going to see next week.
Oh, it's going to be so awesome. A few quick updates. The 4 and the 8 both caught speeding, and A.J. Allmendinger lost a few spots with a slow pit stop.
Going back to the start of stage 2.
Green flag.
Again, William Byron with that green pit stop.
Kevin Harvick too fast exiting. Fuck you, Harvick. Woo! 3 wide for the lead. Fuck you, Truex. Fuck you, Truex.
Here comes Truex Jr. on the inside, right in the middle. The 24 of Byron.
Look at this racing at this racetrack. This is incredible for the lead. 3 wide for almost a full lap.
Chastain with the advantage when they go into the turn, but then Truex Jr. He's at 19. William Byron fighting back in the middle.
Kyle caught for speeding. Who do I think wins stage 2? I think probably Ross.
That's Christopher Bell in the 20 that's holding on to 4th right now, but still the fight for the top position.
So important right now for the spotters to be reminded of your 3 wide, whether on the top, the middle, or the bottom. You have to give each other room, especially on corner entry.
This is a great racing here.
Now the 24, surging ahead of the 19. And can he clear the 1? He doesn't. Here comes Ross Chastain on the outside again.
As they side drive each other, slow them down a little bit. The 19's going to clear them both.
Yeah, I thought William Byron got tight on the exit of the corner. He got up the racetrack, ran the 1 up the racetrack. That slowed both of their momentum down.
Martin Truex Jr. jumps out front. 2 wins already this season. The last 6 races, as a matter of fact,
Who knew National Super Speedway would have great racing? I mean, last year's race was pretty good. The first year sucked. I wouldn't say it sucked, but it wasn't great.
Again, 2, 3, and 4 loses a position to Byron there in the 24. Byron down into turn 1, trying to go after Truex. Truex won both stages here last year, was fast all night long. Didn't get the win. He wants to come back here and try to do it tonight. While these 2 right here, Byron, Chastain continue to battle.
Tyler Reddick trying to put that 45 back in the picture.
12 of Blaney trying to work his way up through, possibly into the top 5 side draft, and that 5 of Larson. Larson battling hard on the outside. 4s just haven't been that strong of late. 12 of Blaney has kind of been the bright spot for them this season as he's trying to take this position away.
Yeah, only Blaney and Logano have been able to find victory lane for the Ford camp. This fight continues as Larson on that outside line, but you see the side drafting. Blaney trying to take a little bit of air off of the spoiler, put some air on the spoiler of the 5 so he can get past him.
A little movement from the 5 on the outside there, and that's going to do it. That's going to do a little slip of the right rear on the 5. Blaney takes the spot.
or the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Larson sort of struggled here last year. Kind of run around the back half of the top 10. Wasn't one of the fastest cars all night long. Looks exactly like he does right now. Trying to find a balance on this 5 car has been tough for him. Busher to the outside, trying to be able to get a spot. He's going to get there. RFK has been strong this year. Really impressive what Busher and Keselowski have been able to do. Busher into 9th place over the 5 as you look at the battle, the bottom of the screen. Eric Almirola looking for anything good to happen this year. It's been an awful year for the 10 car. Talked to him this weekend. He's got a smile on his face. Still half a year left to get things turned around, and he runs really good here. Had some good finishes here. 2021 with the top 10. Gibbs going to take that spot, though. And here comes A.J. Allmendinger in his 16 car trying to work his way back toward the front after a tough pit stop. Lost him a few spots.
Who's outside Alex Bowman in that Ally 48. That was right up against the wall there.
Yeah, Bowman not happy about that. Bowman into the door, hand out the window. Hey, man, come on. Give me some room.
My goodness. Bowman is already coming here with a chip on his shoulder because he got wrecked out this race early last year. He talked to me about that. He's like, I'm ready for something good to happen. Look at that.
AJ, remember he had that bad pit stop, came out 20th. He's driven back up to 11th.
AJ is...
A little hand signal out of AJ there, too.
AJ's a little hot-headed. He ain't gonna like that.
Well, this is a good time for spotters. Look up there in the top 108 laps, 300. Hey, guys, calm down. Long way to go. I know you're mad. A lot of work to do.
What makes that even tougher is that exit at turn 4 has a bump. So look right here at the 48. I mean, you got a wiggle, not a lot of space. We talked about it as an action-filled week. Well, the accidents we saw in qualifying were kind of all off turn 4, right in that spot where Alex Bowman was really in trouble with space to the wall. And now here they are side by side again. We'll see if they can play a little nicer, Marty.
Getting a beer.
And actually a frustration for Alex Bowman. Went back to the restart. His spotter Kevin Hamlin, you mentioned calm the situation down. Said we can't play, quote, nice guy teammates. They pushed Chase Elliott. He said we gave up too many spots. And then he reminded him after that battle with the 16, hey, long way to go. We have a great car. Don't waste it now, Kim.
And the booth mentioning AJ being a little bit of a hothead behind the wheel. Well, that also carries over into the feedback he gives to his team. And when I talked to crew chief Matt Swiderski, he said there's a learning curve with AJ's feedback. He has to tone down how big the changes are that he makes on the car because AJ can be...
Sheena, you want a beer? Sheena, do you want to drink one of these beers?
The rear of the race car is giving him.
You want a beer, Sheena?
Position. Bowman just in front of him in 11th. It's Martin Truex Jr. that's out front. You see Chase Elliott going by Blaney. You're trying to make that pass. That's for 7th. More racing from Nashville.
Oh, I need my shot glass.
75 years. Around this epic track. But we've never stopped moving forward.
Trying to take the lead. And here's Shannon Guthrie, the first woman to compete for the Daytona 500.
Very good dog.
Wherever we go in the next 75, we're all better off with an ally.
The Barn Bar.
We watched the Glass Case of Emotion podcast on the office. I didn't even know that was still a thing. I thought they I thought that ended.
Smooth, easy drinking, Keystone Light.
Prison never show mercy. They are prey. We are predators.
Creek the Hunter. Watch the full trailer online now.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time.
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Moving this summer? Join the 6 million families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move with Pods. Save up to 30% now at pods.com today.
What a crowd, Rick. I mean, it's a sellout. Place looks amazing. We were coming in early today, and the parking lot was already half full. I mean, these people came out. They came out in droves all day long. This is the party is continuing.
Look at all the smiles.
That's a, you see that? That was a 78 Martin Truex Jr. hat with the 19 Martin Truex Jr. T-shirt. That's like showing your, fan commitment through the generations.
The years of support.
I like that.
Martin Truex Jr. out front by a second and a third over William Byron. Byron had got the lead after his pit stop, but it was Truex who was able to get by him after that three-wide battle. And most recently, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Very impressive run at Sonoma.
It was impressive because, no stage breaks anymore at the road courses. So the strategy gets a little bit more, spun around, can get mixed up. And the 19 actually got a bad break when the yellow came out. Lost a bunch of track position and was able to drive through the field. That's what really impressed me. Not just the speed, but once he kind of got mired back there in traffic, he found a way back to the front. Impressive drive for the 19. So these numbers right here are just amazing since 2016, right? 30 wins. And think he had a winless year last year. So, when you think of 30 wins, it was fun. We had him on the Peacock pit box during qualifying, and he reminded me of the Truex that was so close to winning some of those championships, winning all those races, had a smile on his face, was excited to be here. Small, have definitely had some ups and downs. There's James on top of the pit box. Their communication style is a little unlike anything else. We heard about how Allmendinger gets fiery on the radio. Well, this time I'll actually reverse it. I think Truex is the calm one on the radio. James is the one that kind of pokes him back a little bit, but it works for these two.
Well, a lot of criticism last year, right? They didn't make the playoffs. They finished fourth in regular season points, but they didn't make the playoffs. And Truex is a driver that we've become accustomed to contending for championships. And, fourth in regular season is great, but you got to win. And they found they didn't win, but this year they've been able to get those wins, and things are much, much better.
Well, there's action. We saw that three-wide battle for the lead was just, my mind was going, it was exploding trying to figure out what's happening. But there's beating and banging all over the racetrack. We've seen the 16 and the 48 go back and forth at one another. The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the 3 of Austin Dillon. They also have, I won't say traded words, but traded some gestures, took a couple swipes at each other on the racetrack. You can see right here, this is the 47. He was clear-ish. I mean, he comes all the way up right here. And I mean, the 3, I think, has no choice. I don't know if he was going to continue to take him up, if there's actual contact.
I think the 47 had a bobble right there. They chased it up into the 3. This is the 48.
Hi, Sheena.
Telling the 16 he's not happy. We've seen
You're a
them
good dog.
One thing about this car I noticed is that drivers run other drivers.
In the Xfinity Truck Series, only race at Nashville. I'm going to say those races were hit and miss.
And you just use all the racetrack cover. Somebody's out there, you just kind of run them out of the groove. And
I mean, I don't really remember much of that era of Nashville, at least.
That's something you didn't see in the past, but it's become fairly custom to watching.
And the reason why I think they're able to do that is because the way this car doesn't get loose and doesn't lose side force when you drive up next to somebody. So if you're going to get up close to somebody with the old car, you tend to get loose right when you got next to them, and you're definitely going to make contact, take you both up into the fence. This car here, you driving the gas, and when you get next to another car, you don't lose any of that side force and rear grip.
Kevin Harvick right here off the rear bumper at Stenhouse. Harvick had that speeding penalty, so he's driven himself back up. He's just outside of the top 20. Stenhouse running 20th. Great look right here from the Ballpark Buns camera. Looking back. You know, Jeff, you talk about that move, and I remember the first time we saw like those big slides.
Oh, they took 2 years off of doing the podcast?
You said that would never happen when you were a driver. I'd love to see
That's weird. I didn't know that they... Oh, I just thought that the podcast ended.
Stenhouse was just right into the back bumper of the 22 car.
I never saw any announcement about it. I just stopped seeing like clips of it.
Car in the Ford's going to get time right here. 22 falling backwards through the field. Logano struggling. Harvick now on the charge trying to get to this 22. You see the 22 in the high lane up here in front of us, off the nose of this 47. Harvick there in the orange car on the bottom of the screen.
Lost all my front grip. My rear is no different, but we're plowing whatever we did.
Well, he was right up behind the 22, and it's going to lose a lot of front grip when you do that. Dave, what you got?
Oh, I got Christopher Bell moving up through the field. He's the second biggest mover on the afternoon.
Last podcast was in August of 2021.
20th. He's up in the top 5 now. Just a slight air pressure adjustment last time to make it perfect. Marty?
Boy, Dave, at the end of the last run, Ryan Blaney was struggling to stay in the top 15. But after an adjustment from Jonathan Hasler, had to fire off on this run. Listen in.
Started off really good. I'm starting a little tight here. Driving the corner so deep, I can't do it without just either spinning out or pull up the center. Fired off better there.
Little honest commentary from Ryan Blaney saying, I cannot drive as deep as those around me, saying he's losing a little bit of grip at the end of the run, too, Kim.
Well, we've talked about the building that RFK is doing, and I asked crew chief Scott Gray what their approach is for this 17 car of Chris Buescher, and he said, you can't just hope to knock up a win. You have to do the work to consistently put yourself in position. For them, that means running top 5, running top 10. That is the goal each weekend, and they feel like they've done a good job of that this season. They're continuing that now. Buescher right now in the 10th position, just a little bit on the free side.
See Buescher right now, playoff bubble. He's currently in the 13th spot. I would say comfortably 110 above that cut line.
The only thing you pretty much remember was Kyle Busch breaking the... I mean, that's classic. And the, Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa.
An online food delivery service. Business was steady until...
Go Food Co. Go check it out.
Overnight, users tripled, which meant hiring 20 new employees and buying 20 new laptops. So she used her American Express business card, which gives her more membership rewards points on her business purchases.
Somebody order some laptops?
Cynthia Suarez, CFO, MVB. Built for Cynthia's business. Built for your business, Amex Business.
Fuck Truex, bro. Like, I'm so sick of him doing good again. Like, it was so nice when he was just, like, not doing good.
The Busch Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter a black bear, do not run. Instead, speak firmly in a loud voice. Busch. Head for the mountains.
Head for the mountains of Busch Beer. Head for the mountains. It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Busch. Head for the mountains of Busch. Head for the mountains of Busch Light Beer.
When you order his birthday meal only at McDonald's.
Ray Mayotte here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave.
Yep. Wait.
Oh, those new wipers.
They're small.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check means a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
Nothing is hotter this summer than WWE. Mondays heat up with a new roster and new champions on all new Raw.
Monday night's gonna be a lot of fun.
It all culminates live on Peacock with an explosive summer series of premium live events like Money in the Bank as superstars battle in London for a shot at the gold.
This year will change the game.
You can't miss this.
No more games. I'm gonna change what you call rage. Tear that motherfucking roof off like Two Dogs Cage. I was playing in the beginning. Mood all changed. I've been chewed up, spit out, booed off stage, but I kept rhyming. Kept writing the next cipher. Best believe somebody's paying the Pied Piper. All the pain inside amplified by the fact that I can't get by with my 9 to 5 and I can't provide the right type of life for my fans. Man, these goddamn food stamps don't buy diapers. And there's no moving along the car fight. This is my life, and these times are so hard. It's getting even harder trying to feed and water my seed, plus the teeter-totter in between being a father and a payment dollar, baby. I'm a job, somebody want to stay in a spot another day, and oh my god, what the hell happened? The fuck? Why is somebody trying to airplay to my TV? And now the shit's muted. No, it was my stepsister trying to airplay to my TV. I don't know why. Now my TV's all fucked up and I'm missing... Oh shit! Tyler Reddick's around! And his tire's gone. That's a caution. Caution is out. Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick, what just happened? His tire fell off and he spun coming to pit road. He wasn't leading, but he was doing really good. He was leading some laps in this race, but
AMR safety truck's going to secure that.
That's
laying on pit road.
That might be a penalty. It might be like a suspension.
Nascar earlier this weekend, they mentioned if the tire comes off on pit road.
What the fuck happened? Tyler Reddick just spun out.
Yeah, when he was right there on the entrance to pit road.
Well, yellow to yellow, I would say they'd say it was on pit road. Let's take a look right here. He obviously knows he has an issue. You see the fire out.
Oh, he has an issue there. Okay. And he spins and then boom.
What a handful. That thing looked like it was evil. He's trying to get it to pit road.
Yeah, the wheel's coming off of it. Yeah, that's what's happening.
There you see the nut fly up the racetrack there. Come off the wheel.
Such an unfortunate break for the 45. He had just pitted, as you said, so obviously on the right side, these pit stops are so fast. The exchange of the tire is so fast.
What are you worried about, Steve, when you see that wheel trying to do that to the hub there? Is there any damage or anything that you're concerned with?
Well, you see the air's out of the wheel, so as that wheel was bouncing, you can see as it comes loose, the brake rotor and caliper actually cuts the aluminum wheel in half, and it breaks the inside of the wheel. So I don't imagine there's a lot of damage maybe to the brake caliper. It's probably worth inspecting to see what the situation is, but there's just not a whole lot of clearance when that wheel comes off. That's what keeps it on the car without the nut for at least a few hundred feet, is it's kind of dragging on the brakes.
It's going to take that tire when it came off. It didn't bounce over that pit wall. It rolled into pit wall. That's what's so scary about those tires coming off. The thing's heavy. Fortunately, it didn't get momentum and stayed on the ground.
Tyler Reddick had led 33 laps of this race. And now right rear wheel coming off.
It's going to take a little bit for the timing and scoring to kind of cycle all through, because remember, we were in the middle of pit stops. So Hamlin, Keselowski, Bubba Wallace.
Stay focused and get all we can out of it, regardless.
Had yet to pit, so
it could be a huge gain for some of those guys, especially the 23 and the 6.
As we look back from the Coke Zero Sugar pace car cam, let's go down to Marty.
Billy Scott trying to assess the situation here. Dave Rogers is here from 2311 Racing as well. So 2 laps down for Tyler Reddick. This has been a bit of an issue for the 45 team this year. They have had speed every week. Execution has been a problem.
And he did that in front of Michael Jordan too. That's
so with them being 2 laps down,
not great.
Early here in the middle of stage 2 here, Steve, is it game over for Tyler Reddick? What's the path back to getting a top 5 or a top 10 today?
Well, at this point, you're going to have to see some yellows in this race if the 45 wants to have an opportunity to recover. It really comes down to where it's cycled. To Dale's point, you see right here a conversation with the team, trying to discuss probably A, what happened, B, what else needs to happen with the car itself. Is there any damage? That's really the answer, Marty. The first thing you have to do is see what kind of race car you still currently have, what kind of damage you have to the race car. If the brakes are fine, you're getting a little concerned about the underbody. It did slide through the grass right there. Still a long ways to go, short of halfway.
And I'm thinking, since this dropped during caution or during a cycle, he's not going to be able to get that free pass right now because a lot of lead lap cars will stay on the racetrack.
The 11, the 6, and 23 all came to pit road during all this chaos.
Taylor Green was a little ninja star when she was like 9, and now she's a superhuman.
15-year-old Taylor is finally old enough to compete.
Oh my God! This kid's insane! American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC.
I was thinking we should buy a place. Together.
Me too.
Love that for you.
And I can walk you through everything from mortgage rates to closing costs, all of it.
Got an opinion on wallpaper?
Oh, yes. Might want to give Jen a hug, Greg.
Nobody move.
It's a yellow-rumped warbler.
Nobody cares, Jeff.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
Yeah, Reddick lost the tire there.
You coming?
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on the new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 in durability and dealer experience, so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 72 months, plus save up to $800.
Log on or give us a call today at whitesfarmsupply.com.
White's Farm Supply. He grew up obsessed with anything that had wheels. Remote control cars, radio flyers, box derby, big wheels. Young Billy Whitaker had a call.
Billy, my big wheel broke. Can you fix it?
Billy Whitaker spent his whole life learning how to spot the best cars and trucks, crafting an exacting inspection and making sure everyone who buys from Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks is
good to go.
A Question of Authority, Monday at 6.
Tyler Reddick, again, coming to pit road and the wheel coming off.
So let's discuss this. Wheel comes off on the racetrack, it's a 2-lap penalty. If the wheel comes off on pit road, it's a tail end or a pass-through penalty. So the wheel's loose, you see it, but this car is past the yellow line. He's now on to pit road, even though he's in the grass and backwards. This right here should be the lesser of the 2 penalties. I believe Tyler Reddick is going to have a tail end penalty because it's under yellow. He also is going to have, you know, the double tail end penalty. He's on double secret probation because he also has a commitment line violation because he goes over the orange box. So I I actually think this rule is as clear as it's ever been. If that tire right there that's rolling on pit road would have come off 500 yards earlier in the middle of 3 and 4 and it had gone up the banking, that's a 2-lap penalty for the 45 car. It's all about safety. This is what the teams in NASCAR worked together to come up with. He was obviously trying to come back to pit road. This is no different than if it would have fallen off as soon as he left his pit box. The difference is he went back on the racetrack and he had some damage. So to go all the way back to Marty's point, Reddick currently is 2 laps down. He's going to be at the tail end here. It is not an impossible task, but it is an uphill battle. He's going to need some yellows. He's going to have to get a little bit of a lucky break and hope that there's no damage to the race car slowing it down. That's going to be the big thing. We know that the 45 had a great race car. Now the rest of the scoring, Truex is the leader. And then behind him, we have a whole ton, 28 wave around cars out of a 36-car field. Be easier to list the 8 that didn't wave around. So we have kind of a jumbled up start here. In the end, there'll be 25 cars on the lead lap. A whole bunch of those were wave rounds. So it's a confusing point, but it's all going to get reset here. In the end, Truex was the leader before stops. He's still the leader now. Denny Hamlin's second. Brad Keselowski, a little bit of a good break for him. He's up to third. And Bubba Wallace, who had a good car early and faded, he's now up to fourth. So a good break for a couple of those cars.
All right, let's go to the Peacock bid box. And hopefully, hey, were you guys taking notes of what Steve was explaining there as far as the wheel coming off?
Yeah, I got it, Rick. Yeah, got it all written down right here. But we're going to talk about something else, which is Tyler Reddick and his team, which is a championship caliber driver and team to a certain extent. Yes. But they've got some things to clean up here, KP.
Yeah, you know, it's that extra half second, that extra fraction of a second to get that lug nut tight. When you run like these guys have run, you can't afford these mistakes. These are mistakes that take you out of scoring those 10 points for winning that segment, scoring those 9 extra bonus points or that extra playoff point. This is what this team has to clean up to be the type of championship contender we talk about when we talk about Kyle Busch or Joey Logano and those teams.
Yeah, and before we set it back up, I just want to talk about that restart to the second stage. Wow. 3 wide for 3 laps. These guys thought they were at Talladega or something.
Listen, that's old school racing right there. Yeah. You used to see that at the fairgrounds. You see it at Talladega. You see it at Daytona. You see it other places. But on a 1.5-mile racetrack, on this mid-range super speedway, very rarely. I was on the edge of my seat, and I know you were too.
Yeah, sure was.
Well, we were as well, as they're now choosing inside or outside lines for the restart. Dave.
Kyle Busch is back in the mix. Here's a discussion with his team.
We got a good car, man. We'll make up for it. You're doing a great job out there, all right? Yeah, 10-4. My bad. Getting us behind. We'll keep marching along. Yes, sir. Doing a great job.
Little positivity there between crew chief Randall Burnett and Kyle Busch. 15th now as they go by the choose line and within striking distance of the front.
Dave, there are things in a race that can really change your outcome to the good or the bad. That was a situation right there where 2 drivers in cars, the 6 of Keselowski, the 23 of Bubba Wallace, that caution came out at a perfect time. The 6 was 18th, the 23 was at 22nd. Look where they run it now. They had not pitted, so that was a huge gain to these guys. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
So the 11 and the 19 lead lap, 6:23 lead lap, 24 lead lap is a free pass. The 2 is a lap down. This is a very rare occasion, so the field's a little mixed up.
All
What
right.
you need to know, the gift cards on the front row, that is for the lead of the race.
Back to the restart zone.
Green flag.
And race leader Mark Truex Jr. First into the gas.
Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go. No, Kyle. Oh. Oh, man. That's a big hit. That's a big hit.
We don't see these cars suffer that much damage.
I really hope he's all right. Please get out of there. All right, window nut's down.
Front and rear clip, they've made them a little more collapsible so that they do collapse, so that the driver doesn't take so much of the blunt of that force.
All right, you're gonna get thumbs up. I mean, I think that's good.
This wall on the inside.
AMR safety crew immediately to Ryan.
That is heavy damage. The front of that car is really destroyed. Yeah. That wall right there, concrete wall on the interior of this racetrack. You put a safety barrier all the way around this place on the inside.
That's a
outside.
bad hit.
Sometimes don't put it somewhere. Cars have a way of finding those areas. We've went through this on all types of circuits throughout the series. Cars go in places you never thought they would.
It almost looked as though he couldn't steer it away from that wall, too. Because
Did he hit it right there? Or?
In a straight line right at the wall when we saw the 8 be able to veer off and go a different direction and not make contact.
Yeah, just a weird series of events that put him in motion toward that wall. He's getting down on the ground, getting some great treatment here from the AMR safety crew.
That's not good.
He is out of the car. They will make the mandatory trip to the infield care center to get checked out. A doctor that travels all the time with the AMR.
If they didn't have safer barriers there, that's ridiculous.
Take another look at what happened.
So the 6 car struggles, and you have to wonder how that stacked up. Everything here. Kyle Busch gets in the back of the 12 and turns him around.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, he just couldn't steer the car away from the direction it was going. I don't think there's anything Blaney could have done to change where this car was headed.
Jesus, look at Blaney. Oh, bam. That's just like randomly just like gained so much speed. Like, I mean.
See, it started way in the front, and now it's just a stack up.
Oh, God.
Into the door of the 8 right there. Little contact on the right front of this 48 car. Blaney gets off the brakes, trying to hope that car is going to start to turn, and he can correct it. This could have been a whole lot worse. You know, the car not being able to accelerate.
And watch this, the angle of impact is what is bad about that wreck right there. Not even, it's not the speed of a car matters, but the angle of impact. And this is almost a straight head-on impact as the car goes to the wall. Look at that. You know, look at the left front and the right front. They almost hit at the same time, and that's how this is very hard to absorb that energy. If it hits a glancing blow, it does not have near the G-forces, but when it's head-on like that, it is a ton of G-forces.
As you mentioned, Rick, NASCAR has done a lot to these cars over the last year to try to allow these cars to absorb these type of hits better, and
it's a big one, man. So we are at halfway now.
This type of damage.
Truex leads halfway.
Impacts, but now, as they have made some changes to both the front and the rear clip, that's the repercussions of it. You know, that's going to tear up a lot more stuff. They're going to spend more money in repairs and so forth, but it allows the car to absorb these hits so the drivers don't have to.
There we are again.
We saw the 6 of Brad Keselowski was the car that seemed to have a trouble going on the restart. Let's listen in.
Refrigerator light. It was rare. I was there. I remember it all too well.
His hand came off the shifter like it got hit from behind and he lost grip of the shifter?
Well, it sounded like it started with his car doesn't accelerate. Like it doesn't accelerate. He said it doesn't go. And because
yeah, you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'll crumble a piece of paper lying here, and I remember it all. Sorry. My apologies. That was unprofessional.
Years. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way. The
there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's the living smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
I take you where I take you. Just like a satellite.
Viasat satellite internet. Fast, reliable internet. Wherever you live. Time to meet your team.
Who wants to race?
Be part of something greater.
We will enjoy this walk down the 18th. Let's conquer it.
Tradition here at the Open.
Winding road is over.
Absolute triumph.
You can download the official app of NASCAR. It includes free live scoring. There's in-car cameras as well as a radio broadcast. All you have to do is search NASCAR in the App Store, and you can start a free trial today. The sun's setting here on Nashville, Tennessee. Still 34 laps to go in Stage 2, just past the halfway point of this race. As we look back from the Coke Zero Sugar pace cam. Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin once again.
Green flag. Back green.
They fan out behind him. Door to door for the lead. Hamlin on the high side.
Yeah,
Truex
fucking
Jr.
Truex.
Right along the yellow line.
We saw a lot of this last year, Rick. This 11 car, Denny Hamlin and Truex battling all night long, and here they are again.
Here goes Bubba.
Insert the 23 of Bubba Wallace in the picture as well.
Denny fighting hard on that outside.
The side drafting there by Truex Jr. trying to slow down the 11.
Denny shoots high here to get a good arc into the corner. Trying to catch up, make some good speed to center. See that? The corner's able to stay side by side. Runs back straightaway. Truex gets away from the 11 so he can't side draft. Now they're side by side, nose to nose.
Still have their whole lane off you now. Still even top. Quarter. Still quarter. Still quarter.
Teammates being really competitive right here.
Well, the other thing that's helping them is they don't have to worry about what's behind them. They can just focus on completely what's next to them. Don't have to look in the mirror at all.
These restarts are insane. 3 wide. Now this two wide battle. Lap after lap. Truex again getting away from the side draft. Goes back up the racetrack when they're nose to nose.
This is probably in my top 3 races of the year so far.
Truex nosing ahead, but then the 11 with the momentum on the outside. Almost a dead heat at the finish line.
Denny drives it into one really deep right there. Truex to the center a little bit better. Oh, really tight on the 2.
Come on, Hamlin. There we go. Fuck you, Truex.
Still even one lane.
Awesome. Being able to look out this window right at the 11 car trying to work on the outside here. The side draft.
Man, dude.
Pulls him forward. Truex noses ahead.
Denny swings wide again. Tries that same entry into one.
Yeah, the Truex can't clear him because the 11 of Hamlin's able to just go to the gas really well, and then he's going to clear him on the outside, just being able to carry that momentum on that high line.
And Truex can't stand it. He's up there like, yep, I got you. Truex wants to get back there and race him again. Take the spot back.
8 laps of this race. Chastain's led the most at 54 laps. Truex Jr. was out front for 50.
Watch what these drivers do. Wherever Hamlin goes, Truex is sort of trying to go somewhere different. It's just a race for clean air. So Hamlin's trying to guess what Truex wants. He thinks Truex wants the bottom, so he's going to the bottom. Truex is forced to go to the middle. It's a cat and mouse game. Yeah. I'm going to try to take your line away, and I'm going to try to guess where you want to be. Now, Truex got to try to surprise him a little bit at some point, and Hamlin will do the same. But where it is, Hamlin went to the middle.
Look at him driver down across the nose. So he sees in the digital dash.
Such good racing here, man.
The TV screen. He sees where this 19 car is behind him and can take the car anywhere he needs to go to take that air away and block.
And it's been for the lead a lot too. Like, it's been such good racing tonight for the lead.
Really tall rear spoilers of how much blocking for air that was going on.
It's so close in speed that anything you can do to hurt your competitor, it matters. I mean, it's amazing how close in speed all these cars are.
Oh, Bell to the outside of Ross Chastain here for position. That's for 5th.
Yeah, the 1 in 20, they're really close off of 2.
I want to hear from Blaney.
Hamlin
Get an interview
with a
there.
2 car length advantage. Now 3 car lengths in front of Mark Truex Jr. and increasing. While Ross Chastain trying to find his way back up front. Chastain up to 5th. Bubba Wallace in 4th. William Byron in 3rd.
Got 9-car Chase Elliott with a good run on the 20 to the inside down the back straightaway. Nose is up even into turn 3.
He almost ran the red because you were looking over at me.
Chevelle struggling just a little bit. Lost the spot to Chastain. It's going to stay right here on the door of the 9 down the front straightaway.
Christopher Bell fighting in that Toyota to get by the 9 of Chase Elliott.
About all the racetrack in the shade now. The sun heading down. Starting to change the temperature of this racetrack a little bit, and it's going to give these drivers more grip, more confidence to run down here on the inside like this 9 car is doing right here.
Let's take a look at the Toyota driver update as we have quite a few up here in the top 6. Danny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, and Christopher Bell all inside the top 6. And Ty Gibbs back there in 13. The gap between 1 and 2 has shrunk. It's down to a car length. Here comes Mark Truex Jr. throwing it in low and a little loose.
He dove it down in there. It's so funny, man. You can see it from right there. Now, Truex like, here we come, man. We're just driving in there and see if we can fit that hole. Then he closes it up.
Another good race. This 43 car. He was really fast in practice. Eric Jones, he went out early in qualifying, and that really hurt him. But he's driven up through the field. He's sitting there racing for 10th position with Larson.
They need a good run. Been a tough year. 2 top 10s this year. He had 5 at this point last season. Dave, what you got?
I wish I had 3 eyeballs right now. Watching all these great battles at Nashville has been fun, especially that battle for the lead. And it's interesting because Denny Hamlin asked for an adjustment from crew chief Chris Gabehart so that he could turn down in the corner. You guys talked about that move where he led a little bit to the outside and then arced it down into the corner. That was better after they made an adjustment on the 11, and that's how he took the lead. Kim?
And Eric Jones running in the 10th position. The last 2 stops, they had made no changes on their race car. They felt really good in practice, just did not qualify where they wanted to. 2-3 in qualifying. And when I talked to Dave Ellen, the crew chief, they said they would be disappointed if they didn't finish top 15 today. But a top 10 would be a win for them. They were confident in their car and what their driver would do here tonight.
Eric Jones breaking back into the top 10 as he runs in that 10th spot right now. Hamlin and Truex Jr. still fighting up front for the lead here at Nashville.
Advance? In Advance Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehards choose Die Hard.
And Advance Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Yeah. Abuela? She makes the best tamales.
This is how we advance.
ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking it?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for a lag of buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Kyle Busch fell back to 23rd.
Try it first.
It's not good.
PNC Bank. You can find us in big cities and small towns across the U.S., where our focus is to always support the people who live and work there. Because you call these communities home, and we do too. PNC Bank.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
In Chicago, we take sports seriously. After all, we've seen just about everything. A curse lifted, 6 cups hoisted, and a dynasty. But there's one thing we haven't seen until now. Nascar. Right on the streets of Chicago. Next Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg in the Octagon cage fight confirmed. That's confirmed?
Ally 400 on NBC.
That's confirmed? I heard about that, but...
As Denny Hamlin has been out front now for 15 laps.
Blaney's number 7 on trending right now.
Battle between those two cars.
Safer is number 14 on trending.
Anywhere from 1 to 3 car advantage over the 19. News this week. Kevin Harvick wrote a letter to Josh Berry because we found out that Josh Berry is now going to be driving the number 4 for Stewart-Haas Racing after Kevin Harvick finishes the season. We knew this was his final year. He's going to go to the broadcast booth, work for Fox Sports the first half of the season.
They've just agreed to it. It hasn't been like announced like when yet though. They just agreed to it though.
Championship as well. What a career it's been, but that was the big news. The naming of Josh Berry will be behind the wheel for next year.
And then there will be no more Harvick. Except he's going to be in my ear every week now.
18th position, qualified 31st. Really, the bright spot for the season for this team has been Darlington. He finished 6th at Darlington. I really think it comes down to qualifying. Like here today, qualified outside the top 30. He's slowly continued to improve. Just over 50 starts, getting more and more comfortable, I think, in this series. And this is another good example of it inside the top 20 at past the halfway. And we've documented some of the other Fords that are struggling. So I think a decent run when you look at all the other Fords in the field.
And Austin Cindric, Daytona 500 winner from last year. Kind of a sophomore slump year. It's kind of normal. I don't know why. It seems like the second year is always tough. Austin Cindric today has spent 106 laps off the lead lap, but he got the free pass a little bit. He's got a fast race car. He's got good speed. Driving up through the field right now in 20th. So I think Austin is a guy we're going to see move up in this field as this race goes on.
Justin Haley came into this race with a lot of expectations, qualifying 3rd, an excellent qualifying run for them, but they have struggled. They're back in 23rd right now. His teammate, A.J. Allmendinger, is running in the top 10, but you got to have patience with this young man. He is an incredible talent, and this is a young team trying to build around him and his future. I expect him to become a winner on this circuit, if not a champion someday. Maybe not tonight, but it's coming.
Well, a lot of us almost forget the fact that he is a winner already in the Cup Series. He won a rain-short race at Daytona at a very young age. He is just 24 years old now.
I'll tell you something, too, that we talked about this a fair amount, but with such limited practice time, if you're going to commit to a young driver, I think you need to commit for a while. Yeah. I mean, it's just hard for them to get the experience compared to us. We ran enough practice practice, like, it's just crazy. I don't know what laps we had when we were developing. Plus, we had tests. It's just a different world now.
Good little battle right here for 5th place between Toyotas, Christopher Bell, and Bubba Wallace. Dave, though, you've caught up with Blaney.
Yeah, best side of the day so far. Ryan Blaney walking out under your own power from the infield care center. Are you okay?
I feel better now.
That's good.
End our night early. I thought we actually finally got decent there. Started the second stage, and I don't really know what happened.
He seems fine. That's good.
I kind of checked up. I got hit from behind. I didn't know if they were wrecking, and I just couldn't get it straightened out. When I got out of the grass, I thought I was going to come back around and I'd be okay, but it just never got back right. And I don't know why there's no safe barrier there. It's pretty ridiculous.
No, you're right.
Hardest hit I've ever had in my life. So
Hardest hit I've ever had in my life. Ryan Blaney said it's stupid that there's no safer barrier there. He's right. And he said that it was the hardest hit of his life. That's pretty insane. I mean, the fact that that's absolutely ridiculous on NASCAR's part, to be fucking brutally honest. That is just ridiculous. The fact that there's no safer barrier there. I mean, luckily he's fine. But the fact that there's no safer barrier there, and just with how unsafe these cars already are, like, that is absolutely fucking bullshit, man.
Safety was a big conversation last year, right? Rear impacts. I
don't know what to say
from some rear
other than that.
over the offseason, some updates. So let's take a look at our Toyota virtual car. We'll kind of go through the updates over the offseason. Starts at the back mostly. The rear bumpers, those yellow pieces, they're thinner aluminum, so they would compress a little bit more. But the updates take more than just the bumper. If we go a little bit further into the car, we're going to take the rear clip off. You see the red upper and lower bars. The upper bar removed completely to allow this to compress more. Down bottom, it's replaced with a bar with a pre-bent area, trying to give it a place for the force to go. Also, the back of the car itself will get the gearbox out of the way. The upper red bars, once again, removed, unnecessary. Lower bars replaced with a thinner wall tubing. They're needed the way the gearbox mounts in this car. And then it continues even into this year. We saw that big accident with Kyle Larson at Talladega with the right side door bars moved around. The teams have the option of adding more gussets. You see the kind of wedge-shaped pieces between the bars. Well, here's some green ones. Those are now optional. You're allowed to add those as the team. Most teams have done it. And then at the front of the car, which is very important for Ryan Blaney, this red V, it was there for structure to hold the car, make it drive better. It's now not allowed. It's removed, allowing that front clip to compress. And actually in a couple weeks, there'll be a whole nother set of front clip updates required for Atlanta. So as Jeff likes to say, safety is an evolution. It never ends. Continuing to move. There'll be more updates in a couple weeks. Thank goodness. I mean, you see how hard that hit is. It is breathtaking. Continue to make adjustments to this car, but those are everything that's been done between last year and now.
Big hit there, and Ryan Blaney in the playoffs already after the win in Charlotte.
All right, 2 to go on the stage.
Yeah, it's been very
Looks like Denny Hamlin's going to be our stage 2 winner.
Coming into this battle for the lead, he is one of the fastest cars on the track. We'll see if he has anything for Martin Truex Jr. as he's closed the gap between that second car.
Final lap of stage 2, so these guys are definitely trying to chew away at a few extra stage points, but I think Denny Hamlin's going to be able to close this one out unless Truex can mount a charge down here in 3 and 4.
Final time down the backstretch here in stage 2. Ross Chastain, after starting on the pole, looks like the furthest he's going to be able to get up is going to be to third. A big run there for Martin Truex Jr., but just
Denny Hamlin wins stage 2.
To Denny Hamlin here in stage 2. 4th stage win this year for Hamlin.
Good job there, fellas.
And remember, every stage win, you gain a playoff point. Those get put in the bucket and carried all the way through the playoffs as long as you are in them. Tyler Reddick won stage 1. And then the issue with the tire. But it's Denny Hamlin who's able to get out front and win stage 2 here at Nashville.
wheels have turned this car into a fighter jet.
You want to put some afterburners in this bad boy?
We ended up getting a canopy right out of a jet. Oh my god!
This could be in a movie. Hot Wheels Ultimate
So yeah, sunset is in just a few minutes here in Nashville, 8:06 local time.
If you're looking for the best way to buy a pre-owned Honda, look no further than Honda True. You get less to worry about and more benefits. Choose from 3 different tiers with up to 10 model years of Honda vehicles, inspected by a Honda trained technician. Discover why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about
Sheena the dog. Sheena the dog.
Welcome to value, man. Welcome to value, baby. Welcome to value. Welcome to value. From 1968 to today, Value is still your neighborhood home center. Save over $65 on the Larson White Reversa Screen Door. Now only $2.99. Delivered and installed. Save now on Sterilite 64-quart latch boxes. Only $8.88. 18-gallon totes are just $6.44.
The online car search was starting to get frustrating. Have you found anything yet?
This one looks okay.
What about this one?
It's so green.
Derek Jeter was Fox Saturday Baseball for the London game. Shit, I forgot to watch the London game today.
In our kitchen? We're buying a car or a truck.
Billy Whitaker believes shopping online is fun.
You know what's crazy though? Yeah, I want to know something crazy. I might. Definitely nothing in stone. But it is in conversations and a very possibility that I could go to the London series next year. Yeah. I might go to the London series next year. It'll be the Phillies and Mets in London Stadium.
Big spring savings.
I'll be going across the ocean.
No interest and no payments for 12 months. Visit comfortwindows.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Join me for NBC3 Sports weeknights.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. And by Ally. Do it right. Sun setting here in Nashville, Tennessee. As the teams have completed 2 stages and are now coming to pit road for this stage 2 break. Kim?
And Mark Truex Jr. is saying he's having the same problem he's had most of the races there, top left. That is loose in, tight center, loose off. The crew asked him, what does he need most? Clean air. They'll say, we get clear track for you. That means a fast pit stop. Dave.
No, Denny Hamlin was leading. He said, I still can't get it to the bottom in 3 and 4 without parking it. Air pressure adjustment. Marty.
William Byron told Rudy Fugle, I need something different on these restarts. I have to turn much better if we want to compete on those. Ross Chastain, as the sun went down, the pace of the one car got better, and it picked up. Still a bit tight, but the exit is much better. Denny Hamlin holds serve here for the 11 team on pit road.
Hamlin and Truex coming off the pit road, so that battle will continue. And once again, the 24's pit crew did a good job getting them a spot on pit road.
All this time, I thought we closed the door, but they've been waiting for us.
I'm gonna need you to remain still.
Hello? Hello?
The only way this ends is to go back in.
Insidious The Red Door. Exclusively in theaters July 7th. Rated PG-13. This is what the pursuit of happiness sounds like. Freedom tastes better on a Blackstone. Go to the nearest Blackstone retailer or blackstoneproducts.com today.
Isn't that your car?
That could have been bad.
Do.
For every purpose, for every path, for every soul,
For every season, there's a Ram.
During the Ram 4th of July sales event, get 10% below MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. They put their names on arenas, we put ours on my lower back. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. And if this were one of their ads, they'd end it here with a happy customer. So we'll end ours with an angry goat. Oh, look at the angry goat.
You don't have to be in the race to be in the race.
Here comes the 94.
Don't miss your chance to race for the millions. Introducing the Nascar Powerball Playoff. What a power move. Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway. With the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
Next Sunday on NBC and Peacock, NASCAR Cup Series racing on the streets of Chicago. Yeah, that's right. Coverage beginning at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Cup Series. It'll be 4:30 on Saturday for the Xfinity Series. That's on USA. So many great views when you go to Chicago, see the skyline. And right now, Parker Kligerman is enjoying some of that skyline.
Who lost a tire off their car? That was Tyler Reddick.
I believe you've got the fountain right there with you.
Well, what's up, Kenneth? How you doing?
Correct, Rick. That's Buckingham Fountain behind me. I've actually also been doused in it just here moments ago with the wind in the windy city. But right here, as you mentioned earlier,
I'm excited for next week.
Hitbox is going to be right in this area.
Chicago
down in the
street
center.
race.
It's like the heart of Chicago here, Grant Park. Then to the right, you can see how this is going to become the Midway, where you can see all the event merchandise be sold here, sort of different than what you normally see at racetracks with the haulers, right? And then as you tip back around, you'll notice all this space. Well, this is going to be the Midway for the race because it's more than just a race. It's an event. There's going to be concerts here as well. This will be the entrance to Grant Park, to those concert stages with the likes of the Chainsmokers on Saturday, Miranda Lambert on Sunday, and I've just been told all the Cup drivers will be a part of that show on Saturday with the Chainsmokers, but the winner of the Xfinity race is also invited to go hang out with the Chainsmokers. So I've decided, guys, I need to win this race on Saturday to go hang out with the Chainsmokers. And also, for many asking, if I win this race on Saturday, I'm going to that fountain.
Yeah.
I'm told if I go right now, that's highly illegal. But when NASCAR takes over this area next weekend, it might be legal.
Might be legal.
To the racetrack, AJ Allmendinger also said that if he wins the race, he will also jump into the fountain. So you guys are going to fight for whoever gets wet there.
You gotta start a new tradition like kissing the bricks.
That should just be the rule. You gotta jump in the fountain.
Jumping in the fountain. Getting ready for the restart to get final stage underway.
You gotta do it right after the race. You just gotta go jump in the fountain. The mufflers do suck. That is a bad thing. Just don't get shot. Kenneth.
A little update here. The 23 car pitted run at 6 came out 16, so did not have a
5 p.m. Yeah, it is a weird start, but
so he lost a lot of ground.
there'll be enough sunlight, enough daylight.
Laps remain here in Nashville.
That'll be like 4 p.m. for them.
The blood of Ross Chastain, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr.
Denny had his eyes on that one car right there. You saw him trying to block any move that he thought Chastain wanted to make. Clears Truex and Chastain off of turn 2. Look at the racing back in the field. Cars jostling for position. Down into turn 3.
Ross Chastain tried to side draft Mark Truex Jr.
Christopher Bale back there behind him. Christopher's been real impressive on restarts tonight, gaining more spots every time. And then behind them, that orange car. The old man out there, Kevin Harvick.
47-year-old Kevin Harvick, that's right.
He's driving through the field, passing the 9 car of Chase Elliott for position. Chase trying to work back on the inside here. Harvick It's got this Ford rolling. They don't really start races out really fast, but they improve as the night goes on, as the day goes on, getting better and better, up to 6th place right now. Battle for second, top of the screen.
It continues. Chastain on the inside. Mark Truex Jr. trying to use the momentum once again from the outside, but can't get an advantage yet.
Dale, Jeff, you guys have talked about it time and time again, but there's no better, I think, view of it than these 1 and the 19 side by side. Those Xfinity cars, so dependent on side force, they were kind of unable to do that. These cars, the way they make the downforce underneath, they can run lap after lap after
out of the
lap right on
race.
each other's door.
Almost contact right there.
He's the only car out of the race.
Into turn 3.
Truex gets the advantage, but fighting back on the inside, is he going to be able to get up there? No. Ross Chastain tucks in behind the 19 now. So Hamlin out front, and he continues to add to his laps led. He's been up front for 47 laps. The top 3 right now have led the most laps. 54 for Chastain, 50 for Truex Jr., and 47 for Hamlin.
Talk about Bubba Wallace had a bad pit stop trying to work his way through the field. Contact right there with Larson. Larson trying to turn down to block that run.
Man, I wanted to see the rest of that.
4 more years of Truex? I hope not.
Chastain has fallen back. He's 3 car lengths behind the 19.
Somebody's worked themselves into the top 10 after having to start with a backup car. For the 99, Daniel Suarez in the 8th position right here. Took his car. They were fast in practice, had a good flat going in qualifying, ends up bouncing his car off the 4-turn wall, has to go to a backup. I asked crew chief Travis Mack, how's this backup car? He said it's good, exactly like the primary. Here's his wreck here in qualifying. And they've done a good job, been smart, methodical, and worked their way into the top 10 after destroying that car.
Marty.
From 34th, Junior, as you mentioned, welcome to the top 10. Daniel Suarez in that backup car. And it's not been an easy run for Suarez either. They know they have the pace in the car. And Suarez has been frustrated a couple times, sitting back in traffic, having a car much faster than the guys in front of him. But Junior, I love the word you mentioned, methodical. Travis Mack has been incessant on the radio to say to Daniel, hey, be calm, be patient. You know you have the car. How patient do you have to be working up through the field when you start all the way in the back, Junior?
Great battle right here between the 43 and the 22 of Logano. Eric Jones working his way back up through the field.
Logano had a great pit stop right there. He did a run at 17. Came out about 13th, and now has picked up a few more to get himself into 11th. So good job by the pit crew and a good job by Joey on the restart.
Mexico up 2-0.
They struggle with the pace on this car on the racetrack.
We have crossed the 2/3 mark of the race. What's Larson doing back there?
Teammate Brad Keselowski back there in 12th behind a 22.
You just mentioned Ty Gibbs kind of right there at 9, leave that back. He had a great car.
Larson's back in 15th. Kyle's back in 18th.
Nothing of his own doing in the Xfinity Series race.
And they're right around that battle for the playoff, the final few playoff spots right at the cut line of the bubble. They've got a great pit crew. Pit crew champions this year in North Wilkesboro. 3rd best on overall season average. I think that right there and his continued improvement week in, week out, running 9th right now tonight, is going to easily help him point his way in if he doesn't win a race at some point this year to get to the playoffs.
Well, remember, Junior, if somebody wins, that line moves, so it makes it even more difficult. Right now, he's just 9 points back, but we would expect there's a possibility that we could have more than 10 winners that would advance into the playoffs.
I have Ty Gibbs winning a race on my bingo card this year. Okay. I think he showed improvement enough. You know, I don't know if he's got quite everything put together to go up and drive past Denny Hamlin and Mark Truex Jr., but we've seen crazy finishes, crazy races. I think he does a nice job of running all the laps, putting himself in position. It wouldn't shock me if the driver of the 54 does go to victory lane at some point this year, Dave.
In fact, you thought he was on his way yesterday in the Xfinity race, but got crashed out of that one. As for Joey Logano, has been fighting the balance a little back and forth. But Paul Walker's crew chief told me today these tracks have been a little bit tougher for their Ford this weekend, or this year. Their win came in Atlanta where they're going back, so he is in the playoffs. But when it's a less than high-speed track, they just haven't had the same aero advantages that they might want to with this Mustang. So the perfect pit stop that you talked about, or the good pit stop, that's one of the things that has to happen. Paul said we have to be perfect on everything if we're going to win a race.
Sun has gone down, the temperature is going down as well, which means a little faster racetrack, a little more grip, and the intensity is going to pick up. Under 100 laps to go from Nashville.
When you look back on this day, you might remember the heat wave, or the kiddie pool that definitely looked bigger online, or a burst of strawberry shortcake flavor and real strawberries swirled into an icy slush topped with vanilla ice cream and flurries of sweet, crunchy sugar crystals. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slide incident. Sonic $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
At PNC Bank, you can find us in big cities and small towns across the U.S., where our focus is to always support the people who live and work there, because you call these communities home, and we do too. PNC Bank.
Advance? In Advance Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehards choose Die Hard.
And Advance Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Hey. Abuela? She makes the best tamales.
This is how we advance.
Moving this summer? Join the 6 million families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move with Pods. Save up to 30% off until July 10th. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, save up to 30% at pods.com today.
You don't have to be in the race to be in the race.
Here comes the 94.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million. Introducing the Nascar Powerball Playoff.
What a power move.
Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway.
In Phoenix.
With the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
At Richmond Raceway, we race a little different. We celebrate a little different.
Changes everything in this sport.
We tailgate a little different. Even where we are is a little different. The only thing that isn't different is the amazing experience of being here for you and your family. It's the same as it's always been. NASCAR Weekend at Richmond Raceway. Get your tickets now at richmondraceway.com.
Get more into the races with NASCAR Fantasy Live. To compete, you just have to create an entry by picking 5 drivers plus a garage driver. You can keep tabs on your lineup and even make in-race adjustments to maximize your score. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/fantasy to play. Still up front, it's Hamlin and Mark Truex Jr. 1 and 2, separated by about a quarter of a second. Further back to the field, and it hasn't been the season that Eric Almirola was hoping when he came back after discussing retirement a year ago. He was looking for Eric Almirola running 26th right now and only one top 10 this year. And I know the question has come up, will he continue on, or will maybe this year be his final year competing? Wants to spend a little more time with the family. Really pulled him back in behind the wheel. Really like that relationship.
Well, the struggle for Eric really has been a Stewart-Haas racing issue in general. The 14 of Chase Briscoe currently 31st in the free pass position. Big news out of this team this week is John Klossmeyer was replaced with this man, Richard Boswell. Richard and Chase having success together in the Xfinity Series and won 8 races together. This is for the first Cup race for Boswell. Greg Zipadelli was asked about this. He's in charge of competition at Stewart-Haas Racing, and he said, I think Richard Boswell's the right guy because he's going to hold Chase Briscoe accountable. Not that he isn't doing the right things, but somebody needs to make sure he has everything, Marty, he needs as a race car driver. Everyone needs oversight, and that's what Greg Zipadelli thinks Richard Boswell will bring the driver of the 14.
And Steve, I found it funny on day 2 that Richard Boswell was Chase Briscoe's crew chief on the Cup side. He sent him a text, and in the text it was a kid and a tidal wave. The meaning, I'm drinking through a fire hose with all the information that I get on the 14 team and on the Cup side as well. But he also said, we've taken some principles from our Xfinity Series days, and we've applied that to the Cup Series car. We'll see if it works. I think it will.
Seeing a lower screen, Austin Dillon. It's not really been a clean year for Austin Dillon. 5 DNFs, they had that huge penalty. That's really hurt them in the points. Austin Dillon sitting there running 16th tonight, a solid run. His teammate right there with him on speed. So Austin and his team, they just need a turnaround, but they're definitely going to need a win if they're going to make the playoffs.
Another driver's going to need a win to make the playoffs. This 41 car of Ryan Priest, qualified 25th tonight, sitting in 21st position. Had a great run at Martinsville, got on the pole there, led 141 laps, but no top 5s this year, no top 10s. It's been a tough season for Stewart Haas, as we mentioned, but I think that they have the talent behind the wheel in all of their race cars. Just a matter of time before this team gets it going. We've mentioned the struggles that Ford has had this year. They're not immune to it as the battle for the lead continues to heat up. Truex seems like he's a little quicker, just can't really find the clean air he needs. You can see him every once in a while getting some runs, taking some jabs, Not ready to throw that right hook yet.
Yeah, he keeps searching. He'll go a little higher, about a half a car length higher than what Denny Hamlin will run. And then sometimes he'll duck down low and see if the lower line helps him gain any position. He's gotten all the way up to about 1/10 of a second behind, but now drops back to about 1/4 of a second.
I feel like Denny Hamlin and this team, I don't think they've gotten the finishes that represent how fast they've run. I feel like this is a little bit of an underappreciated team this year. They're really fast every week. Seems like they've had a lot of problems late in races, and it wouldn't surprise me to see them go win 3 or 4 before the playoffs start. Just have a lot of speed in this car.
82 remaining. They still have to come to pit road at least one more time as Denny Hamlin out in front of Martin Truex Jr. 82 to go.
Fast enough for me to fly away, still never make a decision.
Cause I remember we were driving in your car, speed so fast, it felt like I was drunk.
But we've never stopped
I got a feeling that I got a feeling that be someone.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter a black bear, do not run. It may stimulate the instinct to chase. Instead, make yourself appear bigger.
Who do you think will win the final stage? So, I don't know, dude. It's really unpredictable right now. Yeah, it's not gonna, it's shit's gonna happen. Shit's still gonna happen.
Head for the mountains.
My brain's a bit foggy past few years. I can't remember anything. I'm gonna need you to remain as still as possible. Well?
I'm gonna say Ross.
Can you let me out, please?
I think Ross at this point. If not, Chase.
Insidious, The Red Door, only in theaters July 7th. Rated PG-13.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more than
what I have on paper.
Good morning, Baltimore. Next Sunday, the fireworks start early when the Twins and the Orioles blast off from Camden. MLB Sunday leadoff, exclusively on Peacock.
This week on Today, it's an all-star lineup. Jack Ryan's John Krasinski and the cast of The Summer I Turned Pretty live in studio. Best-selling author Colleen Hoover and Carol G kicks off your weekend. All this week on Today.
A couple NASCAR drivers, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney, and William Byron hit the golf course last month to work on their driving skills while the PGA Tour was in Charlotte at the Quail Hollow Club. Next week, the PGA Tour is going to be in Detroit. Coverage on Golf Channel and Peacock, June 29th through July 2nd. You know, remember, U.S. Open champion Wyndham Clark won that event, the Wells Fargo event at Quail Hollow. Aerial coverage brought to you by Pods. Moving in the summer, save up to 30% at pods.com today. Under the lights now at Nashville Super Speedway, and the gap between 1 and 2 has stayed pretty similar to when we went away. Hamlin with about a 0.3 of a second lead over Martin Truex Jr.
Miguel Cabrera got called out after a clock malfunction.
Harvick in fourth.
That's stupid.
In the top 5.
It was 75
That's
laps
fucking
to go. You see
dumb.
on the bottom left, the final pit window.
What was the
So
clock
stopped
malfunction?
here.
Like, what happened there?
Bring it all the way to the end on fuel. So everybody still needs a pit stop. 33 laps on this set of tires, 75 laps to go. We'll see when the gambling starts.
Dave right up to the back bumper of Truex trying to take second away. And he does it easily.
We saw this at the end of the last long run. It seems like Chastain has really good speed. See right there, he just slid up. Because you know what, Mark, you're not going to get back on the outside of me. It slowed the one car down. Maintained his position in the 19. Stop that advance in the 19. Now it's going to take the fight to Hamlin. But I think Chastain has a much quicker car than these two guys at this moment.
Interesting choice of words there. Well, you just said Ross Chastain's going to take the fight to Hamlin. These two, it seems like every racetrack they go to, they're either banging doors or running into each other.
So look what Chastain is doing here. He is lifting early. Watch Truex gains on him in the corner. But now Chastain goes to the throttle. He goes to the throttle soon, gives up some speed on corner entry, and that really helps his corner exit speed. We don't see that work a lot with this car, but on this racetrack, it has been effective.
Denny looks in the mirror and he sees a new car behind him and a car that's closing. Denny now has to start to get on the defense here. One car right up to the back bumper, a couple more car links here, and he'll be there. Where does Denny go to try to take away that advantage, Jeff? The one down to the bottom in that clean air driving right up to him there. We've really pretty much officially shifted tonight. Big change in this racetrack in the last probably 20, 30 minutes, and it seems to suit this one car really well as he comes.
Here comes Ross. It's Ross and Denny.
He just is able to run lower in clean air. There is really
We got a Ross and Denny battle for the lead, y'all. This is it. This is awesome. Oh, here comes Ross.
The momentum, can he take the lead away?
Did Denny go down there?
Woo. Come on, Ross.
What he thought the one would do. The one
Come on, Ross.
down to the inside.
Yeah, buddy.
Wasn't able to block this run. And
There you go.
out front in Nashville.
Love it.
At the racetrack, puts that 11 in dirty air right there. Then he can't finish the throttle, right? So that allows the one to drive away down the back straightaway. Marty.
So the question coming into the night is which Ross Chastain would we see? The aggressive one from early in the year, the one who struggled for the last month and a half. I asked Phil Surgeon, his crew chief, about the off week. I said, did you guys do anything special? He said, it wasn't the off time, but I felt like we had a reset. It was actually a test at Bristol this week, and it allowed us to work differently. It allowed us to work at a slower pace, a lot of one-on-one FaceTime. And Steve, I'm curious if you've ever sort of used a test as a reset with one of your drivers, Jeff Gordner, Dale Jr., who's up there with you, as a sense to say, hey, let's do things differently moving forward.
Well, absolutely. You know, we talk a lot about the young drivers and the lack of laps they get because of the lack of practice, Jeff, but also the driver-crew chief relationship doesn't have the same chance to mature because it's 10 minutes of practice, qualifying a race. I mean, you are under the gun the whole time in the weekend, so a test session is a great time to do just what Marty said, just do it differently. A different pace, a different cadence. sometimes, Rick, this sounds silly, a different goal. Sometimes you go to a test, it's not about going fast. It's about learning something. It's a real opportunity, and it seems to be working for the one of Chastain, who's working on, he was catching the 78 of Balicki right there.
Yeah, Josh Balicki just making his 4th start in the Cup Series this year, as the one's going to get by him. And we see it heating up here between the 24 and 20. William Byron on the inside of Christopher Bell.
Byron was fading back, but now it looks like Christopher Bell's struggling even more. Kevin Harvick drove to 4th place, Chase Elliott 5th, but these two guys right here were kind of fading back. Wonder what's going on with Byron, Marty.
He is just so free, Junior. He said he just has no grip anywhere, so he's begging for that pit stop, and those pit stops should be coming up pretty soon. Just way too free for William Byron, who restarted 4th. Now he's in 6th.
Steven mentioned the pit window is open, so just 66 laps remaining in this race. They could make it to the end.
And it's tough because new tires are better, but not dramatically better. So who's going to gamble and try to come early?
Chastain now a 1-second lead over Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr., Harvick, and Elliott. All in the top 5 here at Nashville.
This is Libby. Go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buff, right? Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With up to 13 camera views and the Z71 off-road package. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Moving this summer? Join the 6 million families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move with Pods. Save up to 30% off until July 10th. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, save up to 30% at pods.com today.
The company goes to the firstborn, Audrey. The model train set is entrusted to Todd. Mr. Marbles will receive recurring deliveries for all of his needs in perpetuity, thanks to AutoShip from Chewy.
I always loved that old man. What's it say about the summer house?
Oh, Harvick's got problems.
To Mr. Marbles.
Harvick has problems. Haha, fuck you, Harvick.
Unbelievable. That's our just
It looks like he has a flat tire. No caution yet, but there might be some debris.
with AutoShip from Chewy.
He's still in the backstretch. That'll probably actually be a caution.
4th, and now with a right rear tire down, he is slow on the apron. Maybe will he get all the way back around?
Well, and there was a cycle of green flag pit stops. People had started.
I just thought I saw debris fall off.
Slow. They don't know where that tire carcass, if it'll come off the car. So green flag pit stops have ceased. No one is on pit road right now until they see this four. Get the pit lane. It looks like it's gonna get all
right, so Harvick gets the pit road.
I expect to see a bunch of people as we ride on board with the Hunt Brothers Pizza. You see flat right. I don't see a lot of damage anywhere, so I'm assuming you just had to run something over.
This is heartbreaking because they were up to 4th place and challenging the 19, Kim.
Yeah, and he came on the radio and said right rear, so brought it down pit road. Harvick's also said just a little bit loose in the back end, so detrimental to this team who was running so well, Dave.
Chase Elliott comes in for his pit stop. He said the right rear feels a little frumpy, but that's still better than it was the last run. He's gone.
So it looked like one of the lug on that right side of the 9 must have come off the belt of maybe the changer, because it was sitting right next to the car when he came off the full road. The 19 just worked up, Kim.
And Mark firmly telling his team, I am still tight center, loose off, air pressure adjustment on both tires. This is no fuel for Mark Truex Jr.
Now it's basically basically. How quick will Chastain and Hamlin imagine the one's going to stay? No, he's going to pit this time by. He knows he cannot give Truex multiple laps on fresh tires. Now it's up to the pit crew of the one. You see Hamlin right behind him at the top of your screen. 59 to go. If it goes green, this will be the last expected pit stop. Dave.
Oh, the race on pit road. Who can get it? The JGR crew goes to work for Denny Hamlin. His car is just about where he wants it to be. Air pressure adjustment, if anything, Marty.
Well, Chastain told me earlier this weekend I want to get better at telling Phil Surgeon what to do for an adjustment on the last stop. He said it's a little too free on exit. That's my biggest complaint. More fresh winter tires and a quick stop by the one should cycle out still with the lead.
All right, so the one is definitely out in front of the 11. We're looking to our left. Here's Martin Truex Jr. Already serviced his car. He's going to go down into turn 1.
So yeah, Truex is going to get past Hamlin,
the 11, which I think is going to be a
but I think Ross will keep the lead. Yeah.
I think he was getting held up by his teammate at times, but the one of Chastain has blended off in front of the 19. So as cycle continues, Chastain should be the leader.
I mean, Bell has the lead right now, but
I'm not going to give it a number.
like after everyone picks, looks like Ross will have the lead.
Great job by the one team and the driver on and off pit road.
What a great race, man.
Very helpful for Ross Chastain and their crew.
They are in the top 5 of best average stops all year long. They were the best team last year on pit road by a long shot. So impressive stop when they needed the most.
And Chastain's one of those drivers that has not been to victory lane this year. Could add his name to the list of drivers into the playoffs. Running along the Hunt Brothers pizza we saw with Kevin Harvick and the tire issue.
Oh, you can hear it. Such an awful spot. I guess it's better than the corner. I shouldn't say that. But at the start-finish line, he had to run on that flat tire. You know, that's perfect. Oh, it's an awful spot because, well, it could have been the corner. You know, so I guess, you know, you take what you can. Dave.
Christopher Bell is on pit road. He heard from his crew chief, Adam Stevens. We see what you are fighting. They have some data they can look at. They made a chassis adjustment. 4 Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel. Joey Logano just get past them. That car has been struggling. Most recently, the car was a little bit tight for Joey Logano. They'll get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel as well.
You see on the left, Keselowski, Busch, Bowman yet to pit, Gregson. They know they're losing time to Chastain, but for these guys, the call is to probably run all the way out till it needs fuel and hope you get a yellow. You know, try to catch a break, try to improve the day.
Keselowski out front. Again, has to come to pit road. Kyle Busch running second right now. Alex Bowman third. Noah Gragson fourth.
I thought they would run longer. Yeah, I thought they would run longer, but nope, they're going to pit right now, Kim.
And Gragson landing up tight through the center, just a little loose off, but needed help on that tightness of the race car. Crew chief Matt McCall telling him, do not speed here. This should be the last stop of the night. We do not need to put ourselves behind anymore.
Clean stop for the 6 as we see the 20 of Bell. Trying to stay in front of that 8 of Kyle Busch. Busch still needing to come to pit road. He was last on pit road at lap 188. 60 laps ago. How long will they stay out, Steve? Or would you think that they'd want to stay out?
Well, this is 56 laps. I would go all the way to the end. I mean, if you're going to run long, you might as well run completely. Like, don't be stuck in the middle. Either be on the front half of pit stops or be one of the last cars. That's why I was a little surprised by the 6. So I think Busch right here is going to run probably another 10 or 12 laps, I would imagine, is what they're thinking here, same for Bowman and Gregson. You see a little bit on the left side, the split. You see Chastain and Truex, you know, still 4th and 5th, Hamlin 6th. They'll cycle to the front.
Will that be a situation if they get to Gregson, the second he gets passed by Chastain, would that indicate, hey, I need to come to pit road now?
So 2 things. Getting past is really just for, you know, it's just for position. It's not a lap. So a couple things go into this. They also have a predictive software that says where they'll blend back on the racetrack, and you don't want to get blended back into a big clump of traffic.
During the off week, CM Punk came back.
You know, lost or gained. These guys have some very predictive programs. That's cool. Letting them know what's the best time to come to pit road.
50 laps to go.
Now it's just Busch and Bowman that are in front of Chastain.
Chastain, who has already been to pit road. Chastain's teammate, Daniel Suarez, has Tootsie's as their sponsor on the side and the hood of the car at one of the many entertainment spots here at Nashville.
We got a fire. This fire has the potential to take out city blocks.
Get it over. We don't know if anyone's in there.
I smell gas.
Oh my God.
Dear exit strategy. All your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there, just when I need you most. Always, Toyota SUVs.
This Independence Day, pack in value with Toyota's most popular models. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Care. It's more than a word. It's the heart of our mission and purpose for more than 25 years. Today,
Last week, USA beat Canada in Nations League final, and it's their second trophy.
This is Fidelis Care. If you need health insurance or if your coverage is changing, Fidelis Care can help. Call 1-888-FIDELIS, TTY 711, or visit
That's cool.
fideliscare.org.
Yo, I'm fucked up right now.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ahead. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on road.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Says we need to buy out the truck's lease or give it back.
How are we going to run a business
I
without
just turned 21 10 days ago.
How are we going to run a business without a truck?
You can't.
So let's figure out a plan to keep you guys on the road.
Coffee, Greg? Thank you. Can Adam have a cup too?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors.
New life to a historic church, Tuesday at 7 on NBC3.
IndyCar Series racing returns next weekend to the natural terrain road course at Mid-Ohio. Coverage on USA and Peacock at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. You know, Alex Below has won 3 of the last 4 races. He's going to try to make it 4 of the last 5. NASCAR Cup Series Ally 400 on NBC. And right now, Kyle Busch is being scored the race leader. He still has to come to pit road. Busch and Bowman are both still out on the racetrack and have to come to pit road for their final stop as we take a look at the playoff bubble. And I'll focus in on the 23 of Bubba Wallace. 27 points up. Again, that line could change if, for example, Chastain wins because of the fact that Chastain hasn't locked himself in yet. That will just change as far as the points, how far they're above. But right now, Bubba Wallace, what a strong run he's had here in Nashville. Currently above that playoff line. Would love to see his opportunity continue for a championship.
Yeah, Alex Bowman, the first car in, basically currently sitting 16th. It says plus 14, but you have to remember he's currently in second. A pit stop's still to come, so that's going to hurt the 48 points situation. But to think that this young man had to miss 3 races with a broken back, I think it's remarkable that they're even in the conversation of getting in on points. So that has to be, while at times disappointing, it is a positive that they're running good enough with 3 zeros in the column. Alex Bowman still has a chance.
He's heating up as Mark Truex Jr. has closed the gap just a bit, and Ross Chastain now has to work around lap traffic.
Kyle Busch has come to pit road. Let's move these 2 guys up to second and third. Bowman still on the racetrack. He has to make his pit stop, but this will be the battle for the lead if we continue.
Cindric moves up the racetrack, and both the 1 and 19 go down to the yellow. Oh, look at this. Almost missing pit road is Kyle Busch. And a close call there is Suarez. Just missed.
Luckily,
the
Kyle Busch made it.
That's getting all you can on pit road. You give Kyle Busch a lot of credit. Pushed all the limits.
Bowman's still out there.
Right, you could have gotten in any
But-
faster than that.
I mean, Kyle Busch will have fresher tires. That's no doubt.
Car of Chastain.
But I'm just not sure how much it's going to really do for him.
Cindric's got a fast race car. He had trouble getting by him. And
Because I remember we were driving your
Chastain's driving away just a little bit. Remember him being strong, Chastain being really strong on the long run of this, the run before this, right? Drove up through there, took the lead. Now, as we get into this run further, do you think that Truex has made the adjustments to be able to match anything the one's doing late in the run? Truex has closed in on him. He'll run a lap that's faster than the one will outrun the 19. It's kind of back and forth right now. Traffic, though, a lot of cars right there in front of them. All of that's going to make things challenging for both drivers.
Let's take a look at the progressive telemetry.
Miles per hour. Down about gears to fifth gear right there. 174 miles an hour. Some brake. Use a lot of brake at this track. You wouldn't think that a big old racetrack like this with this much braking. There's not a lot of grip in the corners. Guys, I'm going to leave right here for Progressive next week in Chicago to figure out what gears and what corners, right? Street course we've never seen. Just no history about where they're going to be shifting. Truex getting close right there. This dirty air from that lap traffic is going to make things tough for the one. It's going to present opportunities for Martin.
What is Martin learning right now? Is he watching? Is he seeing the lines that he's running, trying to figure out where advantage of the different lines that Ross Chastain takes?
Well, Martin knows where his car needs to be better, right? And he's watching Chastain saying, okay, where is Chastain's strengths and where are my weaknesses? To direct his team if he gets another change on what to do to the car. But if you don't get another change, what can I do as a driver to try to influence my car to get the little bit of speed that I need?
Laps winding down. 36 to go from Nashville. Martin Truex Jr. running second. Ross Chastain out front.
All right, this
When you
thing is
look
side by
back on this
side.
day, you might remember the heat wave, or the kiddie pool that definitely looked bigger online, or a burst of strawberry shortcake flavor and real strawberries swirled into an icy slush topped with vanilla ice cream and flurries of sweet, crunchy sugar crystals. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slide incident. Sonic 299 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
Advance in Advance Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehards choose Die Hard.
And Advance Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Yeah. Abuela? She makes the best tamales.
This is how we advance. From big cities to small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank, helping businesses both large and small, communities, and the people who live and work there grow and thrive. We're proud to call these places home too. They're where we put down roots, and where together we work to help move everyone's financial goals forward. PNC
Bowman's on pit road.
People couldn't see
So
my
Ross
potential,
takes over the lead.
so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
That's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than what I am on paper.
You know that frustrated feeling you get when you're on the interstate in the left lane and the guy doesn't get over for you? Well, right now, Ross Chastain is saying, get out of the way. I've got people behind me. Ross Chastain, the leader. Martin Truex Jr. running second. And Ross Chastain trying to knife his way through this traffic.
It's allowed this 19 to get right to him.
as they go by the 47 of Stenhouse. Little bobble from the 19 there. Up the racetrack he goes.
Truex Jr. also trying to get by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. so he can keep the fight up with Ross Chastain. He's closed the gap. Martin Truex Jr. looking a little stronger right now than Chastain.
4 lap cars in front of them, but they're spread out. They'll be hard to pass, hard to get to. Dirty air. Truex way up the racetrack. Stenhouse back to the inside. Big run down the front straightaway, though. Truex keeping that gap the same between him and the leader. Truex, I think, is just a little bit better.
0.3 of a second the gap. Now down to 23 100ths.
I feel like Truex knows that one car on a long run has been a little better most of the night. If you are going to beat him, you need to try to find a way around him with 29 to go.
That's a really interesting line that Truex is running. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but the last couple times in turn 3, really, really high up into the white, out of the groove, and then turning down, coming across the bottom of the racetrack on corner exit, trying to find out some way to get some momentum down the front straightaway.
He just decides in the middle of the corner which way to go, and it fucking goes.
There you have it. So he's talking about the one, watching in the mirror. Martin goes into the corner, and the one goes wherever he's at, right? The one is trying to find wherever the 19 is in the mirror and drive and take that air away. That's the one's only defense when he is not the faster car. That's the only way you're going to be able to hold a guy behind you.
My favorite dog.
Take his air?
Yeah. It's really fun to watch this one try to do that. And Martin try to catch him off guard somehow, some way in traffic. That's what's great about the lap traffic is that same problem that the one's trying to create for Martin. The lap traffic will create that problem for the one car.
Jeff mentioned earlier, Ross Chastain entering the corner a little bit different, backing the corner up. Is Martin Truex Jr. learning anything from that and maybe trying to change his style going into the corner so he can close the gap?
I don't feel like Truex is trying to slow his corner entry up. I think Truex is just focused on not being in the lane that the one car is in, just be somewhere that he isn't. I feel like that's Truex's goal right now. He's not really changing, his corner entry speed the way we saw the one car did earlier. One thing I find interesting, the last concrete racetrack that we ran was Dover. Truex won, Chastain second. So something about concrete that these drivers and teams, they like.
Again, Chastain changed his mind after he got into the corner. And Truex Jr. had to slow down.
They're having a hard time getting to Eric Almirola. Eric's running the bottom, giving them plenty of room at the top of the racetrack. Here comes the one. He wants to get to the outside of that 10, can't do it.
See if he goes to
What about Bradley Beal's jersey?
All the way down to the yellow line. Chastain is going to go high. We'll take a quick break. You won't miss a thing. Things heating up. 24 to go from Nashville.
You don't have to be
Why are
in
they
the
still
race
doing commercials?
to
Like,
be
come
in
on.
the race.
Here comes the 94.
Don't miss your chance to race for the millions. Introducing the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. What a power move! Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for 2 to the
These are
NASCAR
side by
Cup
side.
Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway. In Phoenix. With the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
I need to try it first. This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
You think you know fun?
Fox would have had commercials done with 20 laps ago, yeah.
The kind of fun that just hits right. The kind of fun that's for the kids. The kind of fun where you wake up at the track. It's
Maybe, I don't know, honestly.
We have a New England's NASCAR race, the Grand 301 at New Hampshire.
Florida Gators won the College World Series.
Wicked fun weekend full of racing, camping.
I didn't know that.
July 14th to 16th. Get your tickets today at nhms.com.
AGT, we come to party tonight! How much fun are we having?
Season 18 is just blowing my socks off.
They can't do what you can do.
I think great things are gonna happen.
America's Got Talent, followed by Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge. New Tuesday on NBC.
Under 19 laps to go in the NASCAR Cup Series Ally 400 here on NBC. Ross Chastain, we saw how he had to deal with the slower lap traffic. He decided, I'm going right through the middle. Thread the needle.
Cars side by side right here in front of him. They kind of open up a little bit. He says, I'm going in. Right to the top, right on the outside of the 10. Eric Almirola. 48 back there on new tires has went around all of these cars, but you see what it does. It puts 3 lap cars between the leader, Chastain, and the 19 of Truex, and that's allowed Chastain to get this healthy lead with just a few laps to go in this race. Marty.
Let's go through the field, Junior, and there was a lot of conversation after Darlington did Justin Marks, the owner of Trackhouse Racing and the boss for Ross Chastain.
Game 2, it's going to a third game.
To slow down or change his game. He said that conversation never happened, he told the media today. The conversation that did happen, hey, let's not waste the opportunities we have to win because winning is so hard. We need to win right now, and they're 17 laps away from
Come on, Ross.
At this point, Martin Truex Jr. just very frustrated, came on the radio to his team, almost in an annoyed voice saying, tight center, loose off. He's told that to his team half a dozen to 10 times throughout the race. Nothing seems to have alleviated that problem. He also said no tires left, so Martin Truex Jr. just looking for more, Dave.
Denny Hamlin's Kansas win has him in the playoffs, but that decision to put him a lap later than Truex has him back from second to third, 2 seconds behind the lead. It just hasn't been as good back here. As for the 9 of Chase Elliott running in 4th position, he's got to win a race. Yes, there's a mathematical way that he can get to the playoffs, but having missed 7 races, he's got to win one of the next 9. It's probably not going to be this one today running 4th. Marty?
For his teammate William Byron, who leads the championship standings, the summer has always been a tough stretch for the 2014. Rudy Fugle told me the tracks are all different. They don't apply to the playoffs. So what we want to develop is just consistency tonight. They haven't had winning speed, but they've kept it in the top 5 the entire time. An impressive run, Kim.
And when I talked to crew chief Cliff Daniels about the 5 car and what they needed and what they lacked, he said, we've just been hemorrhaging points the last handful of races. We have to course correct that. Right now, Larson running in the 6th position. They worked on that car all day long. Larson saying right now, though, I can't open my entry, too tight loading. I don't have grip to run and pace the track, Dave.
Christopher Bell's told me that after practice, they had to do before they went to the 5, and they think they found a little bit more in the 20 car, and they certainly did. He started 20th and was running up in the top 5, but it hasn't been good the second half of the race. He's 7th.
For the 43 of Aaron Jones, they have made no adjustments on that race car the last handful of stops, and if you look at their intermediate program, they have had speed at those type of tracks. When I talked to crew chief Dave Ellens, he said they are in such a hole with their point situation. It's been a combination of things, partly their fault, partly bad luck. They have got to break the cycle right now. They look to be doing that currently in the 8th position, Eric Jones.
Yeah, Eric Jones is having a pretty good night.
Getting us through the field. Steve, you made a comment earlier about Ross Chastain's wins. One of them came at Talladega, another one came at Coda. So a road course and a super speedway. Is this type of a win, does this put Ross Chastain in a different category in your eyes?
Absolutely. sits on the pole, first career pole, and then if he can win at a track like Nashville, why this doesn't look like other racetracks, it's concrete, it's a mile and a third, it's still the concept, right? This is the aero package, the engine package. This is what we see for the majority of these high-speed racetracks, and I think this is going to be a huge confidence booster. Nashville, while it doesn't look like other racetracks, it's a pressure cooker for Trackhouse because this is kind of their home racetrack. So when you can come with the pressures on and perform, which we saw Chastain do in the playoffs last year with that move at Martinsville, I think this is the boost of confidence that could really make a difference.
And these two guys are literally running the same lap time the last time by. So without some big gobble of lap traffic for this one car to navigate, he just kind of drives a very sharp corner in a smart race, lap after lap with 10 to go. Truex doesn't have much of a shot here. This one car really strong on the long runs all night, getting better and better as the sun went down in the night. The track cooled off. Sort of equalized this 19 car and all the Toyotas. The Toyota's been really strong.
Come on, Ross.
Here's a Chevrolet out front. Late again.
Beat this fucker.
Just like last year. That's what I was going to say. It's like Nashville 2.0.
I love you, Ross.
Right? Toyota's great, but just can't seem to find that last little bit at the end.
Truex got to keep the pressure on right here, though. You never know what can happen. He's got to keep that one Chastain looking in your mirror. Right rear smoked. So what he's saying is that he pushed really hard in the run, was leaning on that right rear tire, trying to get the car to turn, and now it doesn't have grip. And now he's too loose to go to the throttle and be as aggressive with his car as Chastain. And that's been the strength of the one car. If Chastain could just maintain pace with everybody early in the run, he's been better on later in the run. That's exactly what Truex tried to do. He tried to beat him early, and now he's eating the tires off of it.
Watch the steering wheel down there that Truex got a hold of through this corner. Can't get it around, fighting on that steering wheel, trying to keep the back underneath him.
Yeah, now Ross is really pulling away.
What you can do to help the driver when he's fighting a race car like that, but I can promise you that one car is not driving all that great either. Everybody's out there on their old wore-out tires.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's got some sort of a balance issue they're dealing with. That's hard for Truex to hear at this point.
Yeah, 50 laps right now for Chastain and Mark Truex Jr.
I think for the 19, he's got one more push in him, right? We look at coming to 6 to go, and there's a kind of a little group of cars just in the middle of the 1 and 2 right now, and I just wonder when the 19 is going to, or excuse me, when the 1 and the 19 are going to catch this group of cars.
One of those being that 38 of Todd Gilliland. He'll be the next one that they catch up to.
Joe Logano and the 7 car of LaJoie, a little contact right there. Down into turn 3 as they go around the 38 car. These cars are the ones you're talking about, Steve, that are in front of the leaders. The leaders are running them down. Not sure they're going to get there with 5 laps to go, 4 next time by.
And we saw Bowman's one of those cars. We saw Bowman stay out forever, so he's got a little better tire. So he's pushing the issues on these guys, Marty.
Jeff Vincent holds out for 5 more laps for Ross Chastain. He admitted in the media center earlier this week, I take to heart what people say about me, sometimes to his detriment. But if this does hold out and they do win, how dangerous could this team be? Because we know confident Ross Chastain could be a guy who could win a championship. What do you think, Jeff?
I don't think there's any doubt. I think that Ross Chastain almost won it last year. I mean, he had a good shot last year. I think a confident Ross Chastain is very dangerous. And this team, I don't think it's been as good as last year. I think they've been off a little bit on pace, but this run shows them they can do it.
Last push coming from this 19 car. Has he got anything left? 3 laps to go.
He made up about 0.3 of a second.
I noticed he's just a little bit quicker, and he's really driving his car deep into the corners. Can he get to the throttle right here off of 2?
Worried that the tires are wearing away on him. If he has a chance, it's going to have to happen here real soon. Coming up on 2 laps to go.
He's found a little something right there in that middle of 3 and 4. Just not enough.
2 more times around.
Yeah, doesn't look like Kendrick will go 3 in a row at Nashville.
An historic weekend for Trackhouse.
Come on, Ross.
Their first pole yesterday. It was his first pole in the Cup Series. Trying to close it out. He's led the most laps today at 97, and adding to that.
Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go at Nashville.
Justin Marks and Pitbull put this team together. A year ago, both teams were able to win, both cars, with Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain. And as you mentioned, made a run for the championship.
Let's go, Ross.
Now he's going to have another shot at it.
Hell yeah, Ross. Let's go. Woo! Ross Chastain wins in Nashville. I love that. Hell yeah. Woo! We're going to see a motherfucking watermelon smash. Fuck all them haters. Fuck all them fucking haters. We love Ross. We love Ross. We will throw a parade for Ross. We will throw a parade with Ross and have all the attendees make themselves look just like Ross.
Thank you so much.
We will all pray to Ross 5 times a day. Yes.
Maybe a little too aggressive early, but from start to finish, that was a very
Yes, Jaden's win pick too.
and a dominant performance. 99 laps led today.
And that emotion right there is what you want to hear from people when they win races. Oh, there's some contact right below Ross on pit road.
Oh. What's going on here?
Hey to his teammate, high-five him, I'm not quite sure.
I don't know what that is. Suarez just stopped there. Alright.
How happy he is to win this race. Every race matters. You never know when you're going to win that last race. To hear that emotion out of him is incredible.
Well, that checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Here's what you were talking about. There's a contact before team got into the 90.
Oh no, I looked at that. That actually looked intentional.
Intention of going up there and
Jeez.
cheering on his teammate or something, but it's been that kind of year for Briscoe. Yeah.
And this checkered flag moment right here brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. A good long burnout in front of the crowd here, a sold-out crowd.
Woo! Guess what, y'all? This is the watermelon disposable. This is the watermelon vape. This is the watermelon vape for Ross Chastain, the Melon Man.
Giving that crowd a great show.
It's a great crowd. And a good burnout. Look at all the parts of the tire laying on the track smoking.
A reminder, NASCAR America post-race. That is on NBC and Peacock until 11 p.m. tonight. Well, the right front's down. I don't know how many millimeters of tread are left on these tires, but what a burnout and what emotion we have seen out of Ross Chastain. His third career win.
Ross Chastain is here after his 3rd career win.
And he's going to come out the hatch.
First of 2023.
The family, watermelon farmers, and the celebration of smashing a watermelon about to take place.
Alright, it's the smash of the watermelon. The smash of the watermelon. The smash of the watermelon. Nah, the smash of the melon. Nah. Smash of the watermelon. Smash of the watermelon. Let's do it. Smash of the watermelon. Woo! Smash of the watermelon. Smash of the watermelon. Woo!
On top of the watermelon smash, it's a hometown Nashville win for Trackhouse Racing, who likes to claim Music City is their hometown. Boy, Ross Chastain, what an impressive performance by you and your group. Have a little water, go ahead.
Woo! Smash it a watermelon!
Month and a half for you and the one team. How's a win for Little Medicine?
Smash it a watermelon!
Watermelon, I gotta tell you, this is incredible. This is why every little kid out there, anywhere in the world, when you get criticized, and you're going to, if you're competitive, they will try to tear you down. You will start believing if you can't do it. You have to go to your people, trust in the process, read your books, trust the big man's plan upstairs, and just keep getting up and going to work. I gotta tell you, a lot of self-reflection through all of this, but I had a group that believed in me, and they didn't let me get down. And they bring rocket ships, and I just try to point them to victory lane.
Hell yeah, Ross!
Criticism. How did you put it behind you, Ross?
Trust in my people, my family back home, the agriculture industry. They're always there for me. And then everybody at Trackhouse that Justin Marks puts in place with Phil Surgeon, our group on the 1 to 99. To win in Nashville is actually absolutely incredible. And then the WISE program and everybody at GM, Chevrolet. You know, it's I train with so many of my competitors, and but it makes us better. And,
no one's gonna read no book.
So for everybody, Worldwide Express Racing, sweep the weekend with Carson Osmar and East Motorsports. Get the pole. We won everything we could.
Smash it a watermelon!
And for Abbott Health, Jockey, the Moose, and it's absolutely incredible, the fight that we have.
I love the emotion in the burnout, and you said in the middle of it, this is so much fun. Is that born out of relief, or where did that come from?
That's just a desire to win. I gotta tell you, Marty, it's just so hard at this level, and it's the best of the best, and it's where I've wanted to be since I was 18 years old, and from studying for over 10 years to just to qualify better, let alone go race for a cup race win. You know, along the way, the journey, I'm so happy that the MMI group's here, and everybody that supports me. Yeah, look, it's a cup win. I don't care what happened last month, the rest of my life. It's a freaking cup win.
Woo!
There you go, Ross Chastain started the weekend with his first career pole. He ends it with his first win of 2023, and now he's in the playoffs, Rick.
Yeah, he's in the playoffs now. I mean, he probably was going to be anyway, but...
Post-race show, the coverage continue until 11 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
Smash it a watermelon!
Checkered flag in one hand, watermelon in the other. All smiles for the one team. Grabs his third career win. Burns it down. And that burnout comes out the free patch. And then smashes the watermelon again. Ross Chastain wins it.
The race was 3 hours and 6 seconds.
It's orientation day.
3 hours and 6 seconds the race was. So Ross Chastain wins tonight. Truex, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, Byron, Bell, Jones, Kyle Busch, Allmendinger, Keselowski, Suarez, Dillon, Ty Gibbs, Bubba, Priest, Bowman, Christopher, Joey Logano, Corey LaJoy, Burton, Stenhouse, Haley, Harvick, Almirola, Gregson, Sindick, McDowell, Yaley, Reddick, Briscoe, Ty Dillon, Brennan Poole, Josh Bilicki, Todd Gilliland, and last place Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney was the only car who did not finish the race. Yeah.
The NASCAR America post-race show presented by Progressive. Under the lights, and I believe this is a statement win for Ross Chastain in front of a sold-out crowd here at Trackhouse Racing.
21 cars finished on the lead lap.
The crowd really got a show today. At one point in time, we saw 3 wide for the lead for multiple laps. Multiple times we saw 2 wide for the lead.
Tyler Reddick was Mr. 69.
And in the end, it was Ross Chastain. And that number 1 team got him off the pit road quickly, out in front. He was able to fight off the battle that Martin Truex Jr. put to him. And now he's going to celebrate in victory lane. Now let's go to the Peacock pit box with Marty, KP, and DJ.
Well, welcome in, guys, with the Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett, Kyle Petty. I'm Marty Snyder here on the Peacock Pit Box. A little post-race show for you. Boy, I guess, DJ, we don't have to ask the question which Ross Chastain's going to show up at the track anymore, do we? Nope. He told me yesterday I was going to see Ross Chastain here tonight. And, you know, he very...
All right,
we
fuckers.
having a conversation, and I said, you know...
So this is where I'm going to end it. Fun times tonight here on the stream. Next week, I will be live for both races. That is a thing that will be happening. Let's see. When's the races next weekend? When's the races next weekend?
We saw a glimpse of the old Ross.
There's no truck racing next weekend, but there is Xfinity racing next weekend. It'll be Saturday at 5 p.m. So it'll be 4:45 p.m. And then Sunday we'll have the Cup racing, and I will be live streaming. The race will be at 5:30 p.m. So I'll be live at 5:15 p.m.
I want to go back to that comment he made to me a second ago, Kyle, and about the putting the criticism.
That's next week's schedule.
He wanted to make that statement.
Clayton Clark is a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie.
I mean, he did not answer the question. He went off with his own statement, and that showed, and I made a note right here, that's been on his mind. That's been on his mind since he was criticized at Darlington, since all that's happened over the last few weeks. That's the one thing that's played on his mind. And now that's out from under his skin. It's done. He's thrown it out there. He's dealt with it. He's dealt with it with his family. He's dealt with it with his crew. He's dealt with it with the public now. And he's dealt with it with these other competitors today, because he showed them the kind of driver that Ross Chastain can be.
Yeah, you know, there's not...
All right. So that's where I'm going to end this, y'all. I just zoned out for a second. But yeah, IndyCar is early. What is IndyCar? No, I know, I'm just kidding. I love IndyCar. I literally have 2 IndyCar diecasts. He has the guitar! Smash it. Bro, you're a polarizing figure. You better embrace it in this moment. You better fucking smash that guitar. You better smash that guitar right in this moment, dude. Dude. You are a very, like... You are a controversial figure. You have to embrace that. Smash that guitar.
In certain situations that we hadn't seen in the past, because he would push the envelope in other times. And not saying that we're not going to see that sometimes whenever he deems it necessary, but he realized
he wants to keep it
tonight, that he could pick and choose when he needed to do that. Here's how the playoff standings shape up after the Nashville race tonight, and William Byron still atop with his 3 wins. Had a solid night tonight, but now you see the name in yellow. Ross Chastain would be the 5th seed at this point, already 10 playoff points.
All right, so that's where I'm going to end this. I want to thank y'all for watching.